All right. So I found the hack. What you do is you take the Dayquil at night, and then you take the NyQuil during the day. Pro tip, I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I wanted to, I am still a little under the weather. Um, uh, uh, we almost, honestly, I almost didn't do a show tonight, but the reality is that, I can't go another night without seeing you guys. But also, excuse me, the reason why we're a little bit late is because I wanted to give the Tactical Turkeys time to do their giveaway. So I waited until their last drawing, and then I went ahead and started over here. So certainly didn't want to step on their toes. Those are my guys. If y'all don't know, check out the Tactical Turkeys. Those are my people. Um, anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. We got some cool new um I guess what you call some developments and current events, things that are related to the things that we do, right? And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna celebrate together. NyQuil chicken, baby. Awesome. Great to see you. Toy Town, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Toy Town, I actually dropped an RMR on that Glock instead of the mediator, but the the Mediator, I saw mounted on the Gen 5, 19 at, the IV88 shoot. Bro, it was fire, pure fire. Loved it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We'll bring our guest in, and we may have another surprise guest kinda slide through tonight too. And I do also want to say this. Shout out to the companies that support us. That look, y'all know I don't do this for money. Companies are not paying me anything. I just try to support the companies that support us. But I wanted to add somebody in today. So not only are we, of course, showing love for companies like Goombeam and Tack Knives and the companies that have always been there to support us. Obviously, Gideon has been awesome. You check the description, all the links in the description. Those are all of our people, but also like AR Takedown Tool. They've been dope. Um, dude, you're totally blinding me. Sorry, y'all can't see. It's funny. And also, I'm surprised that actually. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. We'll talk later. And but also showing some love to Stern Defense. Yo, Stern Defense, I didn't even realize this. So I was doing some research on them. I saw their rapid deploy, their breakdown AR stock and mag, buffer tube, so you could run it with a brace, a stock, or whatever you want on it. And it's a rapid deploy unit that you can remove. You can literally break down your AR, actually break down your AR, and also they got the mag inserts. And I started looking back, doing a little bit of research on their stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the first place I saw it was in the IV8888 machine gun melt m the IV88, machine gun, whatchamacallit, the meltdown, sorry. So it was dope, but it was great to meet y'all out at IV88, range day, and, thanks for letting me shoot your machine guns. That was fun. If you guys haven't seen it, it's in one of the shorts that I recently posted, so go check it out if you want to. Also, I just scheduled a date for Lethal Luke to come on the show. Lethal Luke is, a new, DLDer, dilder. So, he'll be coming on here soon with us, but anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So first tonight was CNT Designs and Arms. Bro, CNT, also a channel member. Congratulations, brother. Oh, and let me just say this. Today I am rocking the from the PSA in Greenville, South Kakalaka. Let me move this. That was awkward. Straight from PSA, the AK shirt. Love it, love it. And I got a bunch more. I got some of the throwback shirts too, and yeah, I don't know. I may try to give some of them away. CNT Designs and Arms, brother. Great to see you. Congratulations for being first. You're due at least one high five. Psh, congrats, my man. Also a channel member, of course. CNT Designs and Arms is a channel member. Johnny Ba, what's up, brother? Another channel member. 717 Rida, another channel member. What's up, brother? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. We got Mike McClune, another channel member. What's up, brother? Kurt 24, another channel member. Man, that sucks to hear that, bro. I'm sorry. So sorry that you got that. thing again. Who knows? Maybe I got that too. Maybe that's why I'm hurting so much, But it's better than last time. Y'all know I was out for like 4 or 5 weeks, bro. It was terrible, terrible. But great to see you. Hope you get better soon. Okay. Montana, my mana. Great to see you. Appreciate you coming and hanging out too. Also, a Chinamemba, of course. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's up, brother? Another Chinamemba, of course, my guy. Key ASC out here giving away channel memberships and she appreciate you coming and hanging out, brother. Also, of course, another Chinamemba. Z, what's up, brother? 9 millimeter slingshot for the win. Facts. Another Chinamemba, my guy. Taco Syndicate, what's up, brother? Another Chinamemba. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, my brother. Great to see you. James Kawasaki also just became a Chinamemba. So everyone show him some love. Great to see you. Great to see you. They should keep the channel member chat separate so I could actually like run through it a little bit quicker. Sorry, I'm kind of struggling, y'all, if y'all can't tell. Taco Syndicate, Mike McClune, Johnny Ba, Z. We also got Zanti Misfit. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Another Chinamemba. T for Tejas, another Chinamemba. We got Snoring Dark. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Barton Fink. Another Chinamemba. Great to see you, man. Let's see. Taco, eating Rusty, bro. My guy. Great to see you. Another Chinamemba. Let's see, CNT. Let me see who else we got. There he is. Toy Town, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Another Chinamemba. We got Agorizer, my guy, another Chinamemba. Great to see you. Let's see, CNT, James Kawasaki, another Chinamemba. A brand new Chinamemba. Well, I mean, I think he was actually a Chinamember before. We met at on the 28EDU Chinamemba. Okay, Agorizer, T for Tejas, Fluffy Bunny, James, Taco, Agorizer. Hey, Goombeam, my guy. The best, most brightest, most dopest flashlights on the planet. Love it. It's actually what I'm rocking in my go-to carbine pistol. You know what I'm saying? Thing. Great to see you. Another Chinamemba. BV Luminous. What's up, brother? Another Chinamemba. Um, Gutter cheese is always on some. I love it. BV Luminous, of course, another Chinamemba. Love it. Let's see. T for Tejas, Taco Syndicate, all y'all. Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. And look, I know I'm kind of dragging. I'm sorry. And I love all y'all. That's why I could never miss another date. We got Safety Haba up in here. P38 Wilberto, great to see you. Tech Money, salute. Vanessa Kitty, great to see you. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Gutter Cheese, Fromage de Gutter, great to see you. Queso de Canalion. I don't know how you do that. How they do that. Mark Tucker, Mopka. That's a crazy hat, Dark. Thanks. That's my MD Arsenal. Yeah, MD Arsenal is the ish, bro. That's why. Let me see if I can show this without getting canned. Hold on. Woo! Careful. All right, so I'm gonna slide this up in here. Eat. So that super duper beautiful stainless polished chrome, I guess whatever you want to call it, Gen 5 slide was actually from MD Arsenal. Those guys are the guys. Hell yeah, appreciate y'all. And no, they didn't give it to me. They didn't send it to me. I just went out there and I was like, "Yo, I like that." And they were like, "Word?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me buy that shit, dog." So that's how we do it out here. And JC9, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Is Rich the special guest? Guys, why do you think I would just bring Rich in all the Oh, hey, what's up, man?
I was just sitting here at my desk.
How'd you get in here?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. Great to see you. Damian Christ, what's up, brother? Great to see you.
And you gave Walter the coof.
What?
You gave Walt the coof.
Does he have the coof?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does he actually have it?
No. He just said he had the Hmong, but not the shot show Hmong.
Dude, I got a little something too, but I was actually on antibiotics for more than a day before I got out there. Now, if it's viral, then that did absolutely nothing, and all the
So,
people
I mean,
I
you,
apologize.
I used to work in Manhattan. I used to ride the subway exclusively. I've got immune system like you would not believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
I
none
don't
of that
believe it.
crap. Yeah, nothing. It's not gonna hit me.
Yeah, good for you. We can't all be rich.
hmm
Get it? I mean,
hmm
you know,
hmm
not my
Yeah,
name,
and
another team
successful.
member. What's up, brother? And successful. We can't all be flying rich and successful. Ooh, shiny. Yes, sir. We got not my name, another
Oh, I
team
thought he was talking
member.
about my forehead. No.
Yeah, that too. Ruby Rich, what up? We got Low Crow. What up? What up? Kitty Lake Shiny. Blue Curtain Burner, what's up, brother? Man Against the Masses, our resident meme artist. Great to see you. Blade Boy, what's poppin', fam? Great to see you. All you guys, appreciate y'all. Mega Death While Waiting. Nice. That's what's up. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Well, if Dark took antibiotics, then at least Dark didn't give Walt the clap. This is that's true. That's true.
Whoa. Oh
Yeah.
wait, whose face was that? What was that there?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no
Huh.
idea. It's whatever picture it is, it's definitely not as funny as your snoring face,
Yeah,
you
but I
know?
did that on purpose.
Yeah, I did this on purpose, like 8 hours prior to that picture being taken. All right, look, Rich is you're on a whole nother level of evil though, okay? I played your video on a live stream. You published it and it's sitting like at thousands and thousands of views, okay?
No
That's
way.
wrong.
Where is
I don't care where it is. Leave it alone.
it?
Anyway, so we have some great things that have happened. We have some current events that we want to discuss. And Rich, if you do it, I'm yeeting you out of this live stream. I swear to God. You're not pulling up my sleeping video, are you?
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
only 2.2K views. My Zochapa is over 3,000 views.
Oh
You
well,
know,
good, good. It would
the
even
guest
be
that didn't show up.
yeah, it would even be cooler if he actually showed up. Here, let me just say this. If if you schedule a live stream for somebody and you come on, and I've made this mistake once actually to Wired Tight, and it's because we did it during like an off day on a work day earlier in the day, and I was just totally just I made a mistake. But bro, if you schedule to come on someone's show, they bank on that. They schedule for that. They make arrangements for that. Now, usually, if you're like us, you also make backup arrangements too, right? Because you never know. But Zochapa, not cool, bro. Not cool. I even asked how
I
your
mean, I wish
eyebrow
he
was
would have said,
doing.
"Oh shit, stuff happened," something.
Yeah.
But I hit him up in the morning. He said he was come on, and he's like, "Yeah, just hit me with the link." I sent the link to him. Then I, messaged back to him. He's like, "Yep, I got it." I'm like, "All right." That was like 3 o'clock or so. And, all right,
So hold on. He
crickets.
confirmed 2 hours prior to coming on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Where's my grams? Because we've been messaging on the grams.
I mean, that'd be
Uh,
crazy if everybody went to him and they were like, "Yo, why weren't you on the show? Wish we saw you on the show." No, it's all good. I mean,
so,
I'm joking.
but yeah, at 3 o'clock, he's like, "Yeah, got it."
Would have been worse if he used your vocals. Yes, Rich remixes all my ish. Yes, that is kind of shitty for him to do that for sure. It's just keep your commitment. That's all I'm saying. So like I set up Lethal Luke. Lethal Luke is going to be coming on the show. If you guys have not subscribed to his channel, this dude is sub 1 second coming from concealment, and he's a young buck, but the dude is, he's a breakout creator. The dude is doing really well. And yeah, I want to show him some love. He's also affiliated, Rich, highly annoying. He's also, loosely affiliated. He's friends with Black Diamond Guns Gear and that clique. So all good people. And who else? Who else? They were all there together. Gort 2.0. What happened to Gort 1.0? Great to see you, man. There he is. Black Diamond Guns Gear. What's up, brother? Great to see you.
Josh. Hey,
Uh,
wait. I got a beef with Josh. When he comes on, we'll talk.
what do you mean? He's not
I
coming
got
on.
a beef with Josh. Just saying.
He's not coming on. Why
Hmm.
would you ever think he was coming on tonight?
I don't know.
So go ahead if you want to pop off. I got kind of start everything off. We have a little bit of a win, right? We're kind of keeping track of
Okay. Yeah,
Gort.
it's
He's
only
back.
38 pages of legalese, and it's pretty easily understandable.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Well,
so. This is the Mock v. Garland case. So this is the pistol brace case, and it's in the Northern District of Texas. So the judge is totally effing based, and so basically the short of it is he
he's
gives a
totally effing based, and
Mhm.
basically, I'm just saying.
the
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
short of it is he gives a preliminary injunction. In other words, the Fed can't enforce the brace rule against Mock, the named defendant in the case here, William T. Mock, and any FPC members.
Yeah,
And
that extends to
the,
any firearms policy coalition members as well as they are
what's the
named.
company that made the brace?
SB Tactical or no,
No,
Maxim,
Maxim. That's it. Thank you.
Maxim Defense. Who else is
So
listed in there? Is that
uh,
it?
that's pretty much it. So it lists two defendants, and Maxim and FPC. So what will probably happen is days into the future, GOA, other, organizations will get in on the action also. They'll apply to be covered by this injunctive relief. So right now, if you're an FPC member, and it's not clear as to whether it's an FPC member today, FPC member a year ago, whatever. But
Yeah, back in June, tomorrow.
um, so when the papers were filed. But
But
realistically, if I was the attorney for Mock, I would be like, oh yeah, that doc. Oh, I gotta go. That doc. Yeah, what he said. Basically, the judge wrote the case for them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So this is pretty substantial, but there's a couple of freaking Easter eggs in here. And he said, hey, you know what? Stocks or braces attached to pistols, is what he said, allow you to be more accurate in your fire, giving you better protection and less collateral damage. It's like,
Bingo.
whoa. And
Somebody that actually understands
oh,
what a
totally.
brace or stock is in the legislative process, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Well, not legislative, judicial,
Or
unfortunately.
yeah, judicial. Yeah, sorry.
So he goes through the definitions. We all know what a brace is. Of course, the rulemaking, the form 499999, as Frank
9.
Keller would say, uh, that the dumbass form was never, which was part of the proposed rule. And one of my favorite parts of the form, like you have to score less than, I don't know, 15 points, whatever it was. But at the end, it says, and even though you may score less than 15 points, we still could independently make the decision that you're screwed anyhow.
Yeah, yeah, if you have, if you have literally no points, but you have an optic with magnification on it, boom, they'll just decide it's, seriously, that was one of their things. Like, this is the ridiculous. Oh,
Smell
so
the freedom. Smell the freedom the government wants. Oh, I mean, no.
the judge, was
Who was the
the
judge? Base
Benitez
ass
of
mofo. Hold on.
he's
The judge is
considered.
Reed O'Connor.
Yeah.
You should just sign it B.A. Mofo.
So Judge Reed O'Connor is like the Benitez of What is it? Arizona? Texas. That's right. I think they're under the same district anyway. But yeah, he's like the Saint Benitez of Tejas. The dude is on point. Um, Front sights and rear sights also. Yeah, I don't know. I know they had said that it basically if it's something with magnification, then that in itself would require because of the eye relief. See, this is the funny thing. These dudes, and they can take their fat D and pump it somewhere else. In their mouth, preferably. But these dudes in the Fat D swear to God they think they know every single thing about firearms. So they're like, oh, because of eye relief, that means you must shoulder the firearm to use it. Like, no, dude, you could
Eye
have that
relief is
shit.
the distance from your eyeball to the optic.
Yeah, and just because you're using an optic with magnification, yes, there's eye relief to for any prismatic optic, but you can have that shit clamped into a bench rest with a naked buffer tube. It doesn't mean anything, right? But they think they know everything. And the only thing that's been consistent throughout all of this is that the gay TF has no idea what they are even talking about. They just want to remove as much freedom and independence and liberty as possible from, you know, anyone that believes that they have natural rights. That's their target. Now I do like how he used the terms brace and stock
Mhm.
interchangeably.
Mhm.
I'm wondering what that's gonna mean for the future, right? That could have some,
Right. So this is just injunctive relief. It's not precedent. It's not lawmaking or law altering.
yes.
It technically, so there's a couple of things as a Second Amendment purist, like what I believe we should have as citizens and what the Second Amendment protects my right to was everything we saw this weekend,
Yeah, and some.
and
Uh,
including the hot SAR girl.
you mean oh, so I used to say SAR too, but then everyone was tearing my ass up. Apparently, you must say SAR USA.
Oh, the SAR USA girl.
Yeah, you can't say SAR because I was
Was
saying that SAR girl too, 'cause
no, I don't know that I really got a good look at the SAR girl, but I did see somebody that had quite a good
I was gonna say, if you didn't get a good look at her, it's because you weren't looking at her face, buddy, alright?
quite a
Much
good
like me. Big Mac Defense, hello there. He says, "Hello, my fellow 2A friends.
is
Definitely
he
not a fed
defending Big
here."
Macs?
No, Warsaw, what's up, brother? Uh, Sarsilma I don't know. SAR USA, the handgun company.
You know, the
Um,
company that I have like 18 of those red bags from.
yeah. You had 18 of them? That's the only one I've ever gotten. But
Are you
no, I for anyone that didn't see it, I
Oh,
fell in
that's because
love
you
with the
didn't go to
SAR
SHOT
USA
Show the
girl.
first 4 days.
No, I was, like, a day late, but I missed, like, everything.
Day.
Yeah, I got there Saturday. Oh, so, like, 2 days late, I guess, because it starts Thursday
No, you
night.
got there Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
What? I don't even
Yeah, I think
remember.
you got there like late Wednesday. There was like an hour left in the day.
Either way, no, I didn't get the SARSAC, but, it's cool because, I
You got the Jerry Miculek sack.
I did get the Jerry McCulloch,
Not his actual sack, but
no, but he made my sack his, which was dope. So, let me see. Without a stock or a brace, the world's most ergonomic firearm becomes unwieldy and more dangerous. So much for that gun safety lobby BS. I know they don't even know what they're talking about. They think that like, look, this is anything that I want to say is shit that they've programmed into me from me having to, you know, and this is one of the issues that I came up when Black Diamond Guns and Gear 76 Tuesday podcast we were on yesterday. Um, we were talking about the shit that the ATF does, and we're like, people are saying like, oh well, you're breaking the rules and breaking federal law. No, the reason that we're pissed off is because we are actually following the laws. If we didn't give a fuck about the laws, then we wouldn't give a shit, right? I wouldn't care, right? Oh, well,
Right.
then I can't
Right.
take it to a public range and whatever. Okay, I'm just saying the reason that I'm pissed off is because I believe everyone has the ability to should have the ability to be completely free in their movement with anything relating to their self-preservation or the preservation of other innocent life, and that those rights are given to us by God and therefore cannot be removed by the government or any other, the state, we'll call it. So F them. They can suck on their own fat D.
And
Adam
have you
Grubb,
checked
great to see you.
have you checked your IED out?
I have not checked my IED out. What's up, brother?
Josh, I got a little beef with you.
What's up?
I did not see more Josh.
More Josh? What do you mean?
Were you shirtless at the CMMG booth?
I don't think he
No,
was.
I wasn't. That was my plan to do that too, and I didn't get to.
I asked. Man.
Yeah.
Ron, you nailed it. No human or state or agency or government entity or NGO or none can take what God gave. Facts. IUD, that's the same thing I was thinking, Gordon. Yeah, no, I did not pop it out yet. I didn't pop out my IUD.
Josh, you didn't get your IED out of your gift bag?
I haven't even looked at it yet, honestly.
It's a micro O-light.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there. Frag Out Design, what's up, brother? I'm tired of trying to design a metal building. LOL.
You know what's funny? I have I have the one from last year that when Josh and Brandon went and I wasn't able to go. I actually have it, and I still haven't even gotten through it yet.
Really?
Oh, dude, I'm so bad on stuff like that.
Yeah, me too.
Detective John
As
Kimball.
far as
Ron Bayer, then why did they steal my foreskin? Yeah, great to see you, Detective John Kimball. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just saying, like, as far as like patches and stuff go, like, I like getting those out and stuff, but I guess there's usually more in there than what you realize.
Oh yeah, Mean Arms gave us a grip, so there's an AR grip in there.
Yep,
that was cool.
And actually, we connected with Stoger, and we're gonna get some T&E handguns from Stoger.
Oh yeah, I didn't hit them up yet today.
Yeah, I didn't hit them up. I've been honestly, man, I've been struggling. I've not had the energy at all.
Since we're rabbit holing right now, I found out I will no longer be employed by the end of the month, just before my birthday. Should I run for Congress like Brandon Herrera?
Yes.
If you think that you could truly make a difference, then yes. You may need to clean up some of your live stream history from the past.
No. And that's completely the wrong way. You know,
at least
Obama,
the Penn Station one, okay? At least the Penn Station one.
YouTube took care of that for me.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened at the Penn Station one?
No, we can't talk about that.
We'll bring. Oh yeah, well shit, we can't. Well, we can talk about talking about it without talking about it, but go ahead.
I'm not going to talk about it. You blame
that bad, huh?
I can. Well,
no, Josh. If I
Rich, don't even do it, because last time you talked.
No, I was going to say if I called Josh on the phone, you'd be like, "That's it. That's what."
Yeah, but
no, I don't even want to.
Is okay? I thought you were like, well, no, Josh. So what was said? Yeah. Gort, member for 3 months, seems more like 4. It does. Seems like you've been here forever.
Oh gosh, hold on. Can we have a moment of silence for Dianne Feinstein's passing?
Yep. Moving along, Montana. Rich isn't old enough to be a congressman. Maybe when he's 80. Oh,
you know what's really funny is that that night. The night we came back to our room and everything, we told I texted Eric and Brandy and I was like, "Hey, we should totally dedicate the Mad Minute to Feinstein."
Di-Fi, yeah.
And and I didn't get an answer totally, but turns out they were gonna do it for the guy that lost his wife in the car accident.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was
That
better.
pretty much
Better. Mine was just a joke. That was like a real thing. So
Of
Mhm,
course,
mhm.
of course. And actually, I have that here. Now, last time I ran this, oh snap! Look at this. Key ASC gifted 5
So,
DLD After Dark channel memberships, bro. Thank
Dark,
you.
I
Man.
gotta hook you up somehow with I've been now that CRS and Justin are in the Fed, you can email them.
Oh yeah, I got to get
And I've been
the
emailing those
app.
guys like pretty much, yeah, except for this past weekend, but pretty much every day.
Hold on, before it passes. So Key ASC, thank you, brother. So Ruby Rich got a channel membership. Mark Tucker got a
Woo!
membership. Blade Boy got a membership. Rip Dango got a membership. And Ron Bear got a membership. Bro, Key ASC,
Sweet.
thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And I'm sure they do as well. And I love that you guys are actually like gifting them to others instead of just like getting them for yourself. Like I would rather y'all come in on like the lowest level and give a couple to others as opposed to, going on like whatever. I don't even remember the tiers, honestly. Tim Hoppa, great to see you. Yes, free CRS and FATF.
Amen.
So I was gonna play this video of the very beginning of the Mad Minute, but on the last stream, I don't know what it is, dude. Every single live stream I do with Black Diamond Guns and Gear and Babyface P, YouTube is like, not today, and they don't like it. They don't like it. Maybe
really,
it's DLD and BDGG, and then DLD and BFP. They just don't like these acronyms. But man, every single time they hit, maybe it was the video. I don't
did it
know.
get pulled?
No, it didn't get pulled. It just they take monetization, which means they show it to less people. Obviously, y'all know I don't make money off of it. It just means that it's less visible to
Yeah.
others, which
Oh,
is
Wow.
there's
cool.
Gun Doctor.
I would rather
Okay, yeah.
oh,
First of all, Gun Doctor, he hasn't made a video in a long time. Did anybody know the reason behind that, or is he just
you know
not
what? I
doing it
don't
no
know.
more?
I sat and chatted with him, but I didn't talk to him about that. But it's a good point. He has not made a video in a
Yeah,
long time.
Well,
he was kind of stealthy too.
He makes great content too.
I went to his channel because I was like, man, after seeing him there, I went to his channel and I
Mhm.
was like, man, I haven't seen him in a long time. What's he been up to? And you know how usually you go in there and you look at your stuff, and normally it's just like people that you don't really pay attention to. They're all over your feed, and the people that you're actually subscribed to and want to see, they're nowhere to
Yeah.
be found.
Yep.
Yep.
So I actually had to go and search for him. And when I went and searched for him, I looked, and the last video he made was over a year ago. And I was like,
Oh
dang,
no
I wonder what.
way! I know
Yeah,
he's been like doing all sorts of project type stuff and got stuff
He
going on. I
he does have at least another, if not other, channels too. Oh snap! CNT Designs and Arms just gifted 5 channel memberships away. Hell yeah,
Woo!
brother!
Who?
Thank you. Johnny
So I don't
Propane.
know if people realize, but the guy in the blue shirt there, that's Eric.
That is Eric.
yeah,
He is
looks completely
in.
different.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
he is in incredible shape. He's doing deadlifts like a madman.
Yeah.
He's So real quick, Johnny Propane got a membership. Tech Money, Moose 47, Senor Bob, and Detective John Kimball. Hell yeah, y'all! Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Eric is in incredible shape. I'm super proud of him, and I told him I was like, dude, you look
Yeah.
awesome. Super happy to see how healthy you are.
It's like I only got to wave at him. I didn't get to say hi or anything.
Ooh. All right, y'all ready for this? Na 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 na. All right, hold on. Beautiful.
Let's see. I had a Keltec P50. That was shooting. And Gun Doctor's looking at his phone.
All those pumpkins
from here, it
blowing up.
sounds like a lot of farts.
It does. So here's the funny thing. Y'all ready to hear something really funny? That's not Gun Doctor.
That's not Gun Doctor?
No, that was the
Yeah, that was the guy
brother.
from Black Smoke.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
That was the guy from the coffee shop, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking something else. Remind me to tell you guys something offline. It just totally popped in my head.
The gunfire sounded like a bunch of farts.
Is it? Yeah, it was kind of. Hold on, show that again.
Oh.
What was that? Now they travel together.
How they travel together.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
That is funny. Sorry, Man Against the Masses. I miss a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know. It's
Well, wait, did you see this one?
I did see that one. That was the one when I got the so I've been working like super hard at my draw times. And speaking of draw times, look at the drawing on the shirt.
Oh,
From PSA, literally got it at the store in Greenville, South Kakalaka.
What was the thing they
love it.
chased you out of there for doing video? Like, what was the story?
All right, look,
So
you know what?
Wait a minute. So did y'all stop on the way down to the show or what?
After leaving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sounds like popcorn. Yeah, it honestly sounded like somebody was going up to the mic and just like
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
crackling a bottle. But so for some reason with the mic setup that I have, usually it just plays through the page that I play or whatever.
You don't have it wired right.
It's not. No, it's wired. It's the only way to wire it. But for some reason, it's not. I would literally have to turn the mic off, select a different line on my mixer to play, and it's not worth it. But okay, sometimes what we do is we okay, Kimball. So really quickly, sorry. So a few people have asked several times about the roofer stuff, the sleepy roofer stuff. So I had my shop almost done, and then I spoke to the DLD legal counsel division, John Crump, and
that other one, yeah.
Yeah, so I literally had to change like 3 or 4 items, because I would have gotten sued if I was selling Glock lookalike stuff and some other stuff. So I have all the dead ATF agent apparel.
Does Josh know what the sleepy roofer is?
I think he saw him. No? Let me show you this pillow.
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
Okay, yeah. So you've seen the
Wait.
So this
is
my
favorite.
We talked about you having a pattern for your Kydex.
That's right.
Josh,
that's right.
The on the side where it's the big image, if you take that because the ladder and replicate it 4 times,
so
the pattern is not quite good.
It was a bad idea, and we were working with it for like an hour, and we're like making stuff and whatnot, and then we're like, "Oh my god, that's a fucking swastika!" Like,
oh yeah,
like, oh, we need to stop that. Craig, what's up, brother? Good to see you. So anyway, so Kimball, to answer your question, so I had to completely redo the store, and then after redoing the store, or before I even finished, while I was working on it, CRS got sentenced. So then I started changing some other things because I want to be able to do some stuff and contribute the profits back to CRS's family. And then the range day happened. So I just got a couple things I have to finish up, and I will have it done ASAP. I promise you. And also getting sick and stuff too. And then I had to get all the stuff ready for the range day and the stickers and all that. So I got sidetracked. But anyway, it will be done.
And you don't have a self-driving car.
No, I do not. But one thing I do want to discuss, and this is important, is if so a lot of times we talk about self-defense encounters on this channel, right? So like
we've got to play that video.
Which one?
The one we were commenting on like a couple hours ago.
Oh, which video are you talking about?
The video, I think Crumpy shared the video, and then we're talking about self-defense.
Oh no, not that one, one. But there have been a lot of.
Did I mention Gideon Optics? That's the Omega.
Dark, let
and that's
God
the
take the
mediator.
wheel instead of AI. Facts. Yeah, Gideon. Now I got two too. Gideon Optics are the ish. Check them out. Go get them. And actually, as a matter of fact, if you guys were to go into the description of this video and click on the Gideon Optics link and then use code DARK, you don't pay shipping and you get 10% off. And did you know that their
I had to pay
prices
shipping,
are remarkably
but I did get dealer pricing.
well, you're a dealer, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah. So so here's the deal. So there have been a lot of videos of unjustified, well, videos that in my opinion appear to be unjustified being pushed out there, and I kind of feel like it's by design,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
I kind of feel like it's to poison the well, because when the people that don't think, because look, initially it was guns are bad, then it was like, oh my god, everyone can carry, there's permitless carry all over the place, like we need to stop this, these incidents are bad. Now all of a sudden these incidents of people being like, don't look at my girl, pow, like what? Like that doesn't happen, you know? But when they
Yeah.
get it, it's amplified and it's pumped everywhere. So I do want to talk about that. But I saw something else that I want to bring up. If you were to, hey, nice, Blade Boy got a mediator for $160. Yes,
What?
yes, awesome. Um,
100? How do you
DLD.
get it for 160?
Oh my God, he said at DVOR. I'm not sure. DLD can go from a hand up hostage stance and punch a Prius driver right between the eyes in 0.06 seconds. True story. This is
Seen it.
true. This is confirmed. Yep. It's on video. Okay, so
That
here's the
guy's an
deal.
ATF agent, you know.
Yeah, you do a lot of training in the GATF. So if you were confronted by somebody, right, and you're about to get in a fist fight, I don't even know if I can set it up like this. So okay. So let's say you're in an incident, okay? Literally on the street, and you bump into somebody, don't even know them, and it's basically a kid, right? And then it's kind of like push and shove, like what you gonna do? And then somebody comes and holds the other kid back, like, yo, don't do it, stop, stop. But you're not really paying attention. You're like, I'm about to fight, right? Then I see the guy holding the kid back, and he's holding him back like for dear life. Okay. You can see the look in his face is like, dear God, please do
Ah.
not hurt this man. Right. And he finds a way to get out. And then you're basically toe to toe to him again. What are the things that you do? You obviously you're during all this, you're looking at their waistband, you're looking at their pockets, you're looking in their hands, you're looking in their eyes, you're looking, you have to be cognizant of every single thing going on, and then also who's around them, what's in their waistband, what's in their pockets. If you're not paying attention, the likelihood of you losing your life increases tremendously. Okay, so anyway, um if you're in that situation, like, you have to evaluate, okay? Well, this guy did not. And because of that, he went for a takedown, okay? The kid was a little bit smaller than, and I say kid, but he was like probably early 20s, late teens, something like that. Well, he didn't realize the kid had a fucking karambit in his right hand. Okay. And the only reason he got out of his friend holding him back is because his friend's hand came and wrapped around his hand with the blade, and his hand was like, oh snap. I think he may have like cut himself a little bit or something. And then he kind of weaseled out of there. And then the dude wrapped around him like this, I mean, you just gave him what he needed. You didn't give distance to get away from the blade. You closed distance, and because you're thinking, I'm not going to get hit. I'm not going to get hit.
Hmm.
Being hit
Right.
wasn't the issue. You did not see that he had a knife. And it
Yeah.
was like a good, 3-inch blade coming out of there. He just wasn't paying attention. The dude got him once, opened up, and I swear to God, in 15 seconds, the dude had fallen 3 times. He tried to get up. Boom. Tried to get up. He picked up his shopping bag because he wasn't really sure what was going on. He's just leaking like I'm not even going to show it. I'm not going to show the video. Um, it was bad. I mean, it was like if I were to get like a 2-liter bottle of Dasani and then just like take the cap off and be like, it was like blowing all over the concrete, all over the place. The dude's leaking, falls a second time, tries to heat up again, falls a third time, gone. Less than 30 seconds because he didn't look at the dude's hands. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Well, all right. So closing distance works if it's a fist fight or a gunfight. It doesn't
Correct.
work if it's a blade fight.
For weapons of distance, a machete. I mean, if somebody's got a machete, you can close the distance. If someone has a knife, or so even for some bladed weapons, it just depends, right? Oh man, it was so sad to watch.
I think that if you I mean, did he get any charges on him or anything like that?
Still can't find him to this day.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, the way that the law is basically you have to be able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that there was deadly force on your life, basically, and that's the reason why you apply deadly force to that person.
Yeah.
So unless that dude can prove he was going to kill me, charges all day.
Yeah. It's just crazy because, I mean,
I think it, like, if that guy was bigger than him,
mhm.
I could see where maybe they could try to say that it's possible that he could have killed him. But I think that man to man, I think there's a little bit of leeway there. And I think if it was a big guy on a very small woman, different story.
Yeah.
Big guy on a small guy, different story. I think
Big
that
guy
if,
on
unless
a
he can,
disabled guy, like if someone's disabled or something like
yeah,
that.
different story. But I don't see him. I don't see him making it out of that as far as without charges and stuff. Because if he is just not able to prove that he was out and going to kill him, then I mean they're going to say you could have taken an ass whooping without killing this guy.
Yeah, for sure. So I had an incident where I talked someone that had a knife in their hands. Now looking back on it, right? I was younger. They probably weren't going to use it, right? But I basically was like, drop it, fight like a man, bitch, And then after a little bit, they ended up throwing it, and then we ended up wrecking. But so CNC Designs and Arms, if the other guy has a knife, shoot him or run. Bro, haven't you seen the Bourne movies? Just get a towel.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys. That's a joke. Unless you're trained in towel sitsu.
Unless you're Jason Bourne, then have at it.
Yeah. If that is the Bourne ultimatum. But no, the reality is like, yeah, for weapons of distance, it depends, right? Because if you can leave or run or get away, go.
Right.
Go.
Yeah. That's what the attorney is going to say too. If you could just have gotten away, then why didn't you? If you just could have just ran away, why didn't you?
Well, they'll bring up castle doctrine, blah blah blah, right to retreat, but
he was actively fighting his way through people to get to the guy,
and there was no deadly force if that guy didn't have a weapon or a gun or anything.
He was just standing there like like, you want to fight? What's up? He was the aggressor, but we don't realize the fragility of life when, like, I mean, think of like going to the store and dropping a watermelon, right? The contents of the watermelon are going to leak all over the gun. That's it, right? Like,
I was talking to a dude, and we were like, it was a bunch of friends, and we were all meeting around or whatever in this place, and I said, "Hey, guys," just like making conversation. I was like, "Who's carrying right now?" And of course, I talked about mine. Some, like two others talked about theirs, and we were talking about safety and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, "You got to start carrying, man. You got to start carrying every day." And one of the guys that was in there was he used to be like a special forces sniper or something like that. Like he was like a total like beefcake and all sort of stuff. And he said, "Man," he goes, "I'll be honest with you." And I think he had a couple too. And he said, "I'll be honest with you. If somebody comes running through this door right now, I could probably shove my fingers in their throat and kill them." And I was just like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah?" And he was like, "Yeah, you literally take 7 pounds. I could put my fingers through your throat." And I was just like, good to know. Okay.
Can you teach me that shit?
So I mean, it's just like your body is so fragile, and people don't really understand.
Yeah, it's extremely fragile. Safety Harbor. I mean, there were a lot of people there, buddy. I
Were you
don't.
guys kissing in the back room and I missed it?
I mean, he kissed me, but that's not gay. If
Okay.
he right, if you know,
Yeah.
um, Safety Harbor. I hope you feel better. Well, I hope you're not sick. If you are sick, I hope it wasn't me. If it was me, it wasn't me. Um, Dark. That
So
was
some people came back with the coup for what?
I don't think.
Oh, Walt's not feeling good.
Yeah, I don't think like we have any confirmed COOF cases, but it's there's a few people that aren't feeling well. What's up, John Rice? So there's been times where we've gone over some self-defense encounters, right? I had to draw my handgun before, and I also had to punch a dad that drove a Prius in the face before.
Understandable.
Yeah, it was a Prius, right? And I mean, that's so bad. And we've had some other folks that have had some, I mean, serious events. The one story about Raul, oh my God, the guy that got shot in the head, and then
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then fell out, woke up during the event, drew his handgun, and killed the dude with his eyeball hanging out of his head. Right, like, and then Rich's guy, which I
Florida
forgot.
guns.
Yeah, he had an incident where he, oh man, he got his girl's house. I think it was his fiance at the time. Got broken into, and he usually carried, but he carried when he got in the car. He would take it out and put it in the glove box. And when he's running in and out of her house and his house and whatever, because they were just recently engaged, he didn't always grab it, but he did this time that he ran up to his girl's house and her fiance's house, and he ran up to the door. It was an apartment, like a garden style walk up apartment on like the third floor, and he went to the door, and it was locked, and she was expecting him, so that was like weird. And then he went to go unlock it with the key, and the second that he unlocked it, it like flew open, and he just felt that flash of like when you get like almost knocked out, right? And he was soaking wet. What happened was two dudes were in there assaulting his fiance. We'll just say that. No more details on that. And
YouTube says you can talk about that crap more.
yeah, that's okay, YouTube. We can talk about the terrible things that those two men did to that poor woman. But they took a full wine bottle, and when they opened up the door, just smash and just cracked him. And he was like, dude, one more tap, one more punch, one more anything, and I would have been out. But I just, as quickly as I could, I drew, and I was like soaking wet, but I could still see. And he shot dude number one once in the sternum, and then dropped him like a sack of shit, 40 cal, which I'm a 9mm guy, I'm just saying. But then he transitioned to the second guy who was kind of just processing it, like, oh, boom, second guy shot him right in the sternum, dropped him immediately. And like that, hearing like that story, and like what he, and then what life was like after that, like, Jesus Christ, like, crazy.
Another thing people don't think about, if you get in a situation in your house and you actually do end up taking somebody's life in your house or somewhere like that you live or whatever, when people come to collect the bodies and stuff, they are not there to clean up after it. Yeah, you have to do that. So you got to think about, like, I mean, of course, in a moment's notice, you're not thinking about anything other than saving your life or your family. So, but I'm just saying that's something that people need to process, I guess.
Yeah.
No, and that's like, I don't know what you tell your wife, but I told my wife, it's like, you continue firing until the threat is neutralized.
Oh, absolutely.
You do not stop. It's not no.
Yeah.
I think Clint Smith said you don't stop until they either change color or stop what they're doing.
Yep. 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 Yes, Raul Velasquez or Vasquez. But yes, that was his story.
Great gunner. Ah.
My wife cleaned my father's braille. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so that's happened a couple times. I got friends that had incidences happen in their family, and there are companies that do that stuff, but
Yeah.
the reality is that and most companies don't, right? And yeah, it's a brutal reminder, yeah. I mean, we talk about this shit all the time as like because we believe so much in the preservation of innocent life, but we don't always go as deeply into the detail of the aftermath,
Yeah.
like what shit looks like after that. And dude, my buddy, and I told this story before, actually, interesting story. Um, Crump and I were talking, and he was like, I know a guy that used a 22 to defend himself. And in my head, I was like, no way, I do too. And he was like, a 22 Magnum. And I was like, me too, right? It was a local guy. Anyway, he starts telling me of the same story that I've actually told on stream before, where a guy had a party. He had like 10 friends over, and they weren't all big gun guys. It wouldn't be like walking into a room with like all of us in there, where all of us are like, you know, ready, or more ready than most people. But the owner, the kid, whose house it was, he was a gun dude, but he wasn't always strapped. He wasn't always carrying. And the first thing he did, one, I'll say this, is he bought a Glock, and I just told him, look, if you're going to carry it, get a Glock. Back then, this was 43X wasn't even like a sperm cell yet. So I was like, get a Glock 19. Don't change it. Don't do nothing to it. If you are going to do something to it, change the sights, maybe a 3.5 pound connector or something, but don't mess around with it. Right. So what does he
Right.
do? He gets a Glock 23, gets a 9mm conversion barrel, and then he, doesn't change the ejector. He doesn't, I mean, he just like gets a bunch of lone wolf shit and throws it on it. Like, I'm like, bro, come on. Like, and that was the gun that he was going to carry. Right. Do what you want with your guns. But if you're going to be carrying something, then consistency is important. So anyway, that's one of the guns that he has in his gun safe, and he also has an NAA, the North American Arms 22 Magnum single action. So these two guys kick in his door, right? Walk downstairs into the basement where they're having a party. 10 or so people, maybe more, but 10 or so people, two dudes, both with ski masks, and they're both dual wielding machetes. And they come in and they literally just start tearing up shit, knocking lamps over, just like slicing and just like Tasmanian deviling the whole freaking basement, right? And everyone is basically on this huge U-shaped sectional, and they're kidnapping essentially all of them, holding them against their will, and they're robbing all of them. They're taking all their stuff, all their wallets, all their phones, and they're basically terrorizing them. And they individually went to each person and told them how they were going to kill them. Like it was very, very like traumatic shit, right? Still to this day, I know people that went through that event that were like, I still have problems like sleeping and shit because I had never been so helpless in my life. Now they carry guns, right? Like now they're taking their self-preservation more seriously. But anyway, through all this, they're thinking like, holy shit, we're about to have to fight for our lives while our friends are getting chopped up, right? And the main guy, after holding them against their will for I don't even know how long. I mean, an hour, right? Like this is a long event. The guy, so in the room, back towards the entry of the room where the stairwell down into the basement is, there's a closet, but those old crappy folding doors that open and close. Those doors have been pulled off the closet, so it's just an open closet. And the like wall of the closet kind of comes out like L-shaped, and there was a gun safe in there that poked out a little bit, but it was like partially shielded by the closet entryway area. And the guy sees through the event, sees that there's a safe there, and he's like, "What's in the safe?" And the dude is like, "Nothing." Right?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh, hell no. Like, open the safe. Get his ass up. Open the safe." And honestly, guys, if you look it up, if you look up the story, you'll see like this is an actual like true event. But um so he basically slaps him in the side of the face with the machete, like sideways. So it doesn't cut him, but it slaps the dog shit out of him. And then he gets him up and he forces him to open the safe. Well, the dumbass didn't realize that it was a gun safe and not like a this is where I store all my currency safe, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like, "All right, all right, all right." Like he was like feigning compliance, but like pretending like he didn't want to open it. So anyway, he walks over there and he opens up the safe and the door opens that way, so it's further shielding him, and he grabs the Glock, which is a Glock 40 converted to 9mm, and he
Mhm.
turns it to him, and in like a split second, he just bam hits him dead center of the chest. The dude drops immediately. It was spine shot, right?
Yeah.
Dude drops immediately. He goes and moves over to the other guy. Nothing, because the gun malfunctioned because he did all this shit to it that I told
Yep.
him not to do. And anyway, it was a fight for the gun at that point. So the dude rushed the guy and he's like hitting him with the gun. They're both the machetes flew freaking all over the place. Everyone else got up off the couch and started stomping the other guy that was bleeding out and dying. They were literally
Wow.
stomping him like I don't know if it was just like them trying to like say like we finally like are free like F you, and then
Yeah.
most of them go to keep him down, and the other guy they're fighting over the gun and he's trying to like beat it into battery, but it was a empty shell casing in the chamber, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. And
Yeah.
then the guy ends up tossing the gun, and then the dude runs away. So the guy that I know ran back to the safe. He grabbed one of those little uh, North American Arms 22 Magnum, and he's like, "I'm gonna go get him." And
Yeah.
he, I'm sorry, it's not funny. I
That's
mean,
pretty funny.
it is. It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then he runs after him, and as he's running down the hallway, he cocks because it's single action. He cocks it, pow, shoots him right in the back with the 22 Magnum. And the dude's like, "Ah!" Right? And
Yeah.
then slows him down, cocks it again, pow, and dude hit in the back again, and then he hits the corner to the steps, and then he gets away. That dude that got hit with a 22 Magnum 2 times was in uh, critical condition for like weeks and
Yeah.
weeks, almost died, but he lived thanks to the getaway driver, you fucking cunt,
Yeah.
which I knew her too. And the dude that fired goes back into the room, and the guy that was hit in like the center mass in the sternum area was laying on the floor. They took his mask off, and he was like, "I knew this was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done this." It like tune totally changed. He knew he was leaking, and
Yeah.
they just beat the shit out of him as he bled out, which
Good
is
for them.
really morbid. But I mean, hey, like the level of trauma that they went through, like,
No, I say good for them.
yeah, hell yeah.
I will say this too. So if y'all are carrying a gun, I know that most of y'all probably are.
Facts,
If
Bray.
y'all are carrying a gun, always carry a tourniquet. At least.
Yeah.
At least carry one tourniquet. You know, I wear like the 511 pants, or not really pants, they're shorts. I always wear shorts. I'm a shorts guy.
Mhm.
But doesn't have to be 511. There's a bunch of companies out there that make them now, but they're pants that have the little pocket on like the above the butt cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like not where your wallet goes, but there's just like a little corner hidden pocket there. I always keep this in my corner hidden pocket. because it's just the easiest thing to carry that could save your life if you were to get hit in the leg or the arm or something like that where you're going to bleed out.
Or
at
even
least carry a tourniquet.
if you can manage it, keep an IFAK as close to you as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least a tourniquet, right? And do you stage yours, or is it
Yeah.
like, how's yours set up?
So it's just set up just to pull straight apart like that.
Okay.
It's basically just ran through and just folded up twice. It's a little bit thicker that way. I just kind of fold it over.
Yeah.
It's a little thicker that way, but I know I can pull it out, sling it
No.
down like that if I have to, throw it on the arm, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say that it's easier to have them with it not in the actual part, and you can take it off and actually put it, if you have to put it underneath your leg, it's a little bit easier to do it that way. But I've always just kind of kept it like this because it kind of keeps it a little bit smaller in your pocket and it's not so thick.
Yeah. 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 I think that's the best move. I don't always keep one physically on my person. Now, I'm usually either in my house, in the car, or have my bag with me, and I have it like in reaching distance. But even like, what did we see at the IV88 range day event, right? Someone chambered their gun on safe, and there was a mechanical malfunction and it discharged. What if that was your Glock going into your appendix rig?
Wait, what
You know?
happened? I didn't know that happened.
So Chad, from you remember that one shot that went off before the cannon, and he was like, "Don't shoot before the cannon."
Yeah.
So that was Chad from Keltec. I was right there. I may even have it on video. I was literally right there, and he was loading up one of those RDBs or whatever it's like the RFB, but in
RDB.
5.56. Yeah.
Yeah, RDB.
Yeah.
And they said load, make ready, right? So
Right.
he's got it literally shouldered in a safe direction, okay? And
Yeah.
he's got it shouldered downrange. He loads in a mag, and then he drops the bolt, and it was on safe, and it was like, I was like, bro, I saw, and people started giving him shit. I was like, bro, his finger was not on the trigger. I was literally right there. I saw the shit. But yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, you never know, you know. And
yeah, absolutely. Now that did happen 3 times that day. Whenever they were like starting it back up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought they were all just by
Dumbasses.
people being negligent and dumbasses. Yeah, but no, it was. I didn't know that happened. That's pretty crazy.
So it kind of made me rethink, because when I heard the shots go off, I was like, dumbasses, you know. But then I saw that happen, and I was like, oh, maybe it was actually like now I don't think all of them were mechanical malfunctions, but I mean, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, it was a slam fire, Jova Q. So the other thing is, in the building community, I see dudes that build Glocks, and then the moment that it's finished, they throw a loaded mag in there, and they just and run live rounds through it. And I'm like, get snap caps. Like your Glock, your tolerance stacking all these different parts from all these different companies, and they all could be. You don't know if it's safe, right? You don't know,
right?
It's a possibility that you could just close the slide and that shit could run away and dump the whole mag, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I got to blow my nose real quick. Rich, you can take over.
Well, now that we're nose blowing, what I was wondering, and I don't know if Dark can hear me right now, but yeah, you can't hear me, so it's not worth asking the question. This was Dark's first Iraq veteran range day. And, you know, he's asking, oh, what's it going to be like? Are there bays? Are there this? Are they going to be doing these things? I'm like, no, it's like a field in a berm. And you just have a line. And that's it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, the one that was, let's see, when was it? It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I think I think that was in 2019, I think. That one was it was cool, but we got rained out. That was kind of the bad thing about it.
Like, I was just terrified I was going to slip.
That one did. Yeah, that one did have bays though, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one had bays where you could do like the pistol stuff on one side and the long range on the other, which was very cool.
Yeah, the suppressed
But
was
on the
all to
other
one
hand,
side.
it was
So huge.
But it was so big, you had to walk back and forth to each one. It was kind of really, you didn't get to, like when we're there, you know, we talk to different people, we hang out with everybody. It's good to see everybody and stuff. And when you're at the arena, that place was so big that it was like you didn't see everybody. I think
Yeah.
you kind of you were all in transit of going different places, so it wasn't like you were seeing everybody. So, but I like Red Hill because it is more intimate, I think. Although it would be really cool if they did open up that pistol bay area and have pistols down there. I think that would be pretty cool. Because we were actually parking in the pistol bay area. So,
okay.
Yeah, they had that whole area of it. Like when I went there in 2021, they had it digging it out and it wasn't done yet. But I guess since then they'd had it finished, and I thought they were going to use it for the range day, but they did not. And I was actually surprised they didn't. I thought they were going to.
So I'm trying to think what else. I didn't realize Saturday morning they were having breakfast. I was like, you know, we all stopped and ate.
I didn't know that.
There, there's breakfast. Yeah, it looks like a really nice breakfast too.
Yeah, we got something to eat on the way there too. I didn't know that they were having breakfast either.
Yeah,
did they have somebody in there? Somebody in there making it or what?
It was like a whole setup. I saw coffee. I mean, I just saw it and I didn't really go in and look because I already ate, you know?
Yeah. Huh. Well, I know that, when was it? It was either Saturday. I think it was Sunday. My brother got some stuff from the coffee shop that was there, that he had that Black Smoke, the guy that he had some biscuits and stuff there. So I knew they had that kind of stuff, but I didn't know it was like actual breakfast and stuff.
Yeah. So that I hate to say, I don't know if it was on the agenda or not that they were going to have something like that, but that was so cool.
Yeah,
I wish I do.
What was the best thing you were most excited about to see there?
So there are a couple of product releases, but nothing earth shattering. It's like, so and I don't mean to, it wasn't a new product. It was like a company came out with their version of.
Yeah.
So it's not like there was an RFB, now there's an RDB, or
right.
You know, so it wasn't anything new. So I'll tell you what I was most impressed with, and maybe I've had it actually for over a year myself and never installed it, but the Hoffman Tactical Super Safety.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know if you saw it, but it's a 2-part.
I think it's fire.
There's a 2-part binary trigger. There's 2 pieces and you can 3D print them.
That's awesome. I didn't see it, but that's pretty cool.
Oh, Dark, do you got video of that? Do you want me to bring the video up?
I actually got it right here. Do you believe in DLD after?
So I hadn't been able to actually get hands-on with the Gideon stuff until they sent me the bigger one that goes on the AR. I can't remember the name of it. Some starts with the M.
So the Mediator.
That's the Mediator.
Yeah, that one.
Which also fits on Glock MOS pistols. Just saying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could take the mount off and put it on a Glock MOS pistol. Yep.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so they sent me that one, and I've been playing with it for a while. But and then they sent me, when I was there, they gave me this one, which is the Alpha, and I was impressed with how clear and how big that freaking window is on that, man. It's huge. Yeah, I really dig that. And they had the Omega on that platypus, man. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, that was the coolest thing there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was one of the coolest things there.
Yeah, I saw the platypus at SHOT.
I got to see the Apollo 11 at NRA, and we got to fondle it and stuff. Of course, we didn't get to shoot it until when we got there.
That was really nice, really smooth. That's all made up the road here in Florida.
Yeah, that was cool. But the platypus, man, that was awesome.
It's fine. And it looked great with the Omega on it.
Oh yeah,
it was definitely cool. All right, here. This is a bunch. This has a bunch of the super safety in it, but also a bunch of other stuff too.
So one of the cool things about the super safety is it's a 3-position push. So
Yeah.
like a normal AR safety rotates, and if you have a good one, it rotates 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
But this actually, there's a left, a center, and a right.
Think of like
And
a shotgun safety, but
yes,
on an
yeah,
AR.
a cross bolt safety type thing. So
Okay.
in the middle is binary.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, hang tight. What's up, Gerchop? Good to see you. And binary triggers are fire. And of course, you have a choice to release. You can just flip the safety or keep it safe down range, right? Just train with it, right? Like
Yeah.
I wasn't as comfortable like with my binary trigger until I ran a lot of rounds through it, and then now it is literally in my go-to rifle.
Dude, the binary, the one that JSD Supply has on their Glock or whatever.
Mhm.
So we went to the gathering last year, not last year, year before, whenever it was. I think it was earlier in the year, last year. Anyway, went to that, and they had that binary Glock trigger there, and so we were playing with it. And it actually, after you shot it like twice, you were able to get a cadence down where it's just like da 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 da, and you could totally do it. You could do it quick, you could do it slow. Like it was really cool. At
Yeah.
the IV88 shoot, they had the Glock there with the binary trigger in it, and I was like, this one doesn't feel as tight as the other one did. And he was like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah. I was like, at the other one, I could literally get a cadence on it. Like in this one, you pull it and you let it go, and it shoots like 2 or 3 times. So they were like, yeah, this is, if you shot the one at the gathering, this is probably the same one because this one has over 6,000 rounds to it.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I think this is getting a little worn out because you could tell like and it also wouldn't fire like when you were expecting it to fire and stuff. Yeah. And he was like, okay. He was like, well, we'll take a look at it. And then my brother put it in, he racked it, and he was going to play with it. And then he had a dead trigger. So I had to take it out and rack it. And I kept doing it. And I basically had to rack it every single time for it to fire. And so I told him, I was like, there's something wrong with this trigger, man. I was like, you need to take it out, do whatever. And then literally like a person comes up to shoot it, and he's like, yeah, that trigger doesn't work anymore. It's broke. And I was like, see, I told you.
Damn. All right, let me run this. Hang tight 1 sec. That's the super safety. That's the stern defense.
That's at 45.
Yep. That's the super safety there too. Super safety.
And Hoffman Tactical was wearing shoes, just in case anybody's wondering.
He was. I asked him to say that. So for anyone that doesn't know, somebody said something like, "Oh, I was worried that dude that hopped out the passenger side of the Humvee was getting brass all over him." No, that wasn't a dude. That was an 11-year-old boy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And his younger brother was driving.
Yeah, his 9-year-old brother was driving.
Oh, he was driving.
Yeah,
no way.
The little boy was.
I didn't even realize that because I was so far away. That's awesome. That was what my 2A family or something. Who is it?
2A boys, I think.
2A boys. That's what's up.
I shared
and that kid shot the 50 and everything.
Yeah,
my 50.
Yeah,
I will say.
That's one thing I wanted to shoot and I didn't get to. I didn't get to shoot the suppressed 50 and the other.
Oh yeah. We're gonna bring it back.
The 11.
And when I say we, I mean Safety Harbor Firearms.
Yeah.
Too many choices. Says the 11-year-old is more dude than all of California.
Yeah.
That's funny. Grey Gunner says,
Absolutely.
"F. I miss growing up in the South. Very different times, baby." Yeah, the cool thing, or the one thing I'll say actually quick, is he was running guns and he was doing an excellent job. And then
Yeah.
I saw him grab the full auto mutant, and I did get a little concerned for a second.
No, really?
I was like, oh, it was like, wah, wah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, but he ran it. He ran it, man. But he ran the
Believe it or not,
8K.
this is the one freaking range day that I've missed. I didn't shoot the mutant at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
By the
I got
time the first
footage.
day was over, they were already packed up. And then the second day, we were getting ready to leave, and they weren't able to do live fire yet. And so I
Right.
kind of
Right.
missed my
Yeah,
chance.
it was suppressed in the morning. And
I got footage of Mike. A bunch of people were running the gun, and I got a bunch of video. But then he put the mutant in the cooler, like filled up
oh, the
with
water.
water,
Yeah.
and you just see it like boiling in the
Boiling.
area that he puts it in, and then you see all the gas and like bubbles of water coming out the ejection part. I'm like, man, that's so cool, dude. I got a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff I'm gonna put out in videos over the next few days. Murphy's Law, what's up, brother? He says, "What about the G-Flex binary Glock trigger? I already have one for my AR-15. I actually don't have any experience with them."
No, I haven't actually either.
Actually, Damien, yes, and I'm sorry I didn't respond to you today. I was laid out all day. Yes, and I actually showed it to Black Diamond Guns Gear. I was like, "Yo, one of my viewers made a blue glowy platypus for me." That was
Yeah.
awesome, dude. Appreciate that. It was dope.
Yeah, that was rad.
Yeah. I'm not gonna buy it, but it was dope and cool of you to do that.
I think that might be my next purchase. I'll be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else I want more right now.
Dang. Okay. Now, is that something that you would like find yourself like? Would you carry it, or what would you? Would it just be like a house gun, or?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd carry it or not. The other stuff's too trusty, you know.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Especially once you get like deep into the round count. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The problem is like you'd have like I have the one if I wasn't carrying a Glock 19 or some sort of Glock, because I flip back and forth between Glock 19 and
remorse.
The 43X or a 45 Glock 45. So because of that, I'm just so used to the Glock stuff, and in my mind, I got so used to thinking that like if I need a 9mm Glock mag, everybody's got them, in a SHTF situation.
Yeah.
So with that being said, there's a Smith & Wesson metal in my safe that I'm just like, I would carry this gun in a heartbeat, man, because I shoot great with it. Like it's awesome, but I just can't get over the fact that
it doesn't.
What if I need a Glock? So on the other hand, I'm thinking like, well, if I carry a bag every day, that is my everyday travel bag or whatever. I could just throw a gun in there. I could just throw a Glock in there if I needed one. And I got one, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but,
you can do that. I don't like off-body carry for a whole bunch of reasons.
No, I mean like carry the M&P. Carry the M&P and have a Glock in there just in case.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Because once it's off body, then you're not tracking it as good as something that you carry on body.
That's true. I mean, you could forget it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Rich never drives with other guns in his vehicle.
Really?
I'm totally like Rich. You got like 1,000 videos of you riding around with 100 guns. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, I mean, usually I'm going
logic.
somewhere, and of course, I've got my kit, my 17-inch laptop case that has my PS90 and my FN57 and a bunch of mags.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I think that's so I kind of have had.
Yeah, but that's locked in my car,
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you're not talking about carrying a bag like on your bike. You're just talking about keeping a secondary, like a Glock in a bag in your car.
Yeah, so if I wanted to carry an M&P, I carry that thing. And then also SHTF, situation, I have a Glock also.
Yeah, I don't
Makes
think that's
sense.
a bad idea.
So it gives me the reason why I can carry the MP because I'm not afraid that I'm going to need Glock mags and don't have them. You know what I'm saying? Because I always have a Glock.
So the reason that I totally feel what you're saying is because I ran into a big issue when I fell in love with my Beretta M9A3. I was like, dude, this gun is just incredible. It is a remarkable handgun, and I shoot so much better with that gun than almost any other handgun I have. I do shoot the M&Ps really, really well though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just the grip angle, the grip, the width, the thickness, the width, I don't know, but I shoot
I
those
think it
like
is mostly grip angle because in order for you to shoot a Glock, you have to train yourself to shoot a Glock because your natural point of aim is not downward. It's just not. And I think that the Glock grip is like 30% or something like that, and a M&P is more like a 1911 grip, where it's like more of a 19 to 20 something degree, and so it's just like a more natural like pointing
see,
aim, I guess.
when I grab like a Glock 21, dude, I swear to God, I could shoot skeet with a Glock 21. Like the thing is
Yeah.
like now, but that also has a slightly different angle and thickness too.
Mm-hmm.
Fluffy Bunny Arsenal says, Darker Josh getting a tuck, having trouble deciding belt clip. Can't find a description of each on the site. Any suggestions?
It's on the site. If you go to the three lines on the left side, it'll say if you scroll down, it'll say like belt clip options or whatever. My personal favorite is don't have it here with me. It is a
room too.
DCC clips is what they're called, and it's like discrete carry clips or something like that.
Yeah.
They have a single that you can actually, if you were to put it on and make it to where it goes up and down straight like this, it would actually hide your shirt behind it if you want to tuck in your shirt, which is cool. Or you have the one that's it's called DCC clip monoblock, which is basically two clips connected together that sit straight across. I like either one of those. Yeah.
I'm rocking the monoblock on mine currently.
Yeah,
dude,
me too.
I love it. You can wear them in anything from, jeans with a gun belt, dress pants, sweatpants, gym shorts, like whatever, whatever you're rocking. And yes, Jovaku, the 92FS, the M9A1, M9A3, M9A4 all take all Beretta magazines. However, when you're shopping around, if you only buy the M9A4 mags, they're all 18+1 instead of those silly 15+1. The only Beretta 92 style mags that will not fit each other are the 92S mags, which are the old Italian made, because those have it's not a heel magazine release, but it's a lower button magazine release on the grip.
That's cool.
Interesting, right?
I have a 92 FS,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, I love it. I think it's so smooth. It's like butter. I mean, it's an awesome pistol.
Yeah,
and I actually got it for a great price. I was talking to a buddy of mine who runs Craig's. I think it's just called Craig's. Anyway, they're the #2 Glock distributor in the United States.
Wow.
And it's just a tiny little store, man, here in Knoxville. It's crazy. But they are the #2 distributor for Glock, and they get a lot of stuff in from different departments. Like when it comes through like goes through a trial and all this stuff, and it's deemed clear and all sorts of stuff. And they when they're like, what do they call that? Like when they take guns from people that have been in a scene or something like that. Anyway, so they get a lot of departments that give those not give them, but they buy them from the departments and stuff like that, and then they distribute them to different gun stores that are in this area. Anyway, I was talking to a guy that works there, and I was like, man, I've been really wanting to get a Beretta M92 or something like that. And he's like, well, I got an SF over here. He's like, I'll give it to you at the price. We just got it in not too long ago. And I was like, okay, cool. I got it for like $160.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, yes, for the win.
In good condition?
Oh, it's an amazing condition. I wish I could show it to you right now. It's amazing. It's like
Holy moly.
literally nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's great.
Dude, I got mine for like 450 and I was like, yes! Like I was
Yeah.
so pumped. Those are like $700 handguns, right?
Yep.
Like usually you'll
Mhm.
see them for like 550, 599, but you guys remember like before, the handgun world was as competitive as it is now, those shits were 699,
Mhm.
700
But
bucks.
I've always wanted one because of like Die Hard.
Yep.
That's my favorite movie gun,
Tell me when
And
you were growing up, you didn't have a bunch of toy guns that were Berettas.
absolutely, dude. I had
None of those.
Berettas that made noise. I mean,
Yep.
they rocked back and everything.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Did you ever get any, airsoft,
Oh yeah.
Berettas as a kid? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about you,
Absolutely.
Rich? Were you ever into
Nah,
Berettas?
nah. Airsoft, I didn't even know what that was. When I was a kid, we had rocks and dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, no, not that, but I mean, were you ever into the Beretta 92 series pistols?
I don't think there was a Beretta 92 when I was a kid. What are you talking about?
No, not when you were a kid. I mean, have you
Just
ever been
ever.
into Beretta 92 pistols ever in now it's weird, so,
Never.
yeah.
Next topic.
I did do a lot of Nerf guns though. I did
Yeah.
do a lot of Nerf stuff when I was younger. But when I was younger, they had like that the pinnacle time of Nerf guns for me was when they had that bow and arrow Nerf gun thing that was like blue and pink.
Yep, yep. I
That one.
remember
And
that.
I saw it on Blank Check, I think is where I was just like, oh, I want one of those real bad. That movie from like Disney or whatever.
Yep,
And
yep.
got one like the following Christmas, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, what was it? What was it? Like Man of the House or something. There was a couple movies that thing showed up and I was like, "Man, if I only had a
Oh
Nerf
yeah.
bow and arrow that shot arrows."
Yeah.
Groovy Rich said,
Yeah.
"That movie is the same reason I wanted an MP5 as a kid and Hans Gruber's beard."
Yeah.
You mean
Yeah.
Snape?
Snape?
Yeah.
I don't get it. What?
Severus Snape.
Whoa,
Sarah,
y'all
what?
live right now? Yeah, we're live right now.
You know Hans Gruber is Severus Snape from Harry
Who's
Potter.
that? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I'm
Okay.
not a big Harry Potter person.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to
My
guess
wife
how many
is.
Harry Potter movies I've seen?
0.
Yeah, you could count half of one because my daughter was like, Harry Potter, my friends talk about it. I'm like, whatever. I maybe half of one. And when they're flying around on brooms, kicking balls in the air, I was like, this is stupid. Let's go outside.
It's the
I
same
can't get
thing.
into it.
Now, I have never seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm not into
I
Lord of
couldn't
the
stay
Rings.
awake through it.
Yeah.
Really?
Now, one thing I did like was Game of Thrones. That was awesome. That was a good show.
Okay. So everyone has been giving me shit because I've literally never seen any Game of Thrones episode.
You're missing out.
Noon Gabriel, what up? Also earlier, I'm sorry, I kept seeing I think I said what's up. Joe Morris, brother, what's up, man? Murphy's Law, all you guys. Good to see you, Grey Gunner, everyone in here. Love all y'all. Eagle Run 23, my guy. I had a Twitter fight this week with a guy who had airsoft in his name. He was trying to tell me about the difference in AR-15 and AR-10. It was a
Well,
bloodbath.
and AR-15 is bigger because 15 is bigger than 10.
Of course.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, 5 more XP.
Yeah.
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 Double X, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Super Soakers. Bro, we used to put lightning bugs in our Super Soakers, man.
Whoa.
Yeah. We just to get the tanks glowing and shit.
Wow.
And then
That's funny.
yeah, we were bad. John Doe, what's
I
up,
always
man?
wanted one of the Super Soakers that were like the classic, the one that had like the big tube and was
Yeah.
like green and white or whatever. I never got one, but I always wanted one of those.
I do like those. They made like the keychain versions too, like the small little baby ones. Do y'all remember the Super Soaker that came out with the backpack?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude,
But I always got
thing-
these.
Oh, that's true. The one that I thought was a naked Peter Griffin on your bed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so bad and so good at the same time.
Ultimate Warrior, baby.
Ultimate Warrior. I never was into wrestling or like anything.
Really,
like that.
never, like never ever.
Never.
Wow.
I'd go over to friends' houses and they're like, "Yeah, let's watch these dudes like jump on each other and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go
Dude,
play
I was into it when I was younger, like early '90s, stuff like that. I mean, I was probably like 6 or 7 then, maybe 10. But I watched it through. I'd say till I was like 12, 13 or something like that, and then you started realizing that you could drink and get away with it and hide it from your mom. And then,
right.
So then it was like, after that, it was like, I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I still don't care about like any of the new stuff. I like all the old stuff that I grew up with as a kid that has nostalgia to it. Other than that, oh wait, here, check this out.
Gray Gunner, I don't want to know how you know that, bro. What?
So I went down to Clearwater and visited.
Oh yeah.
Hulk Hogan's like I can't remember what they called it. I think it was his what was it? It was like his beach bar. I visited him at his bar. I actually got a picture with him too. It's on our Instagram. I saw him there. That. Yeah, I saw him there. He has a bar and he has just a shop. It's called Hogan's Beach Shop or something like that. Anyway, the guy lives there, and this was one of my idols growing up, right? Like Hulk Hogan was it, like he was for so many other kids, back in the 80s and 90s. But anyway, he basically was there, and I got him to sign this, and also this is one of the rarest ones that he has, because apparently this was in a trunk or something like that, and a bunch of this stuff got stolen, and he finally got it back after a long period of time. This was it's basically this was the year I was born in '86. It's made from Titan, whatever that company is, and it was taken in '86 for a promotional thing for WWF.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like pretty rare, and he signed it and everything like that. It cost me like $300, but it's pretty cool.
That's something to keep forever. I got a picture with Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Brother, get it? Get
it?
Brother.
Oh yeah.
Because it's an udder in it. All right. Sorry.
Man, where's my phone at? I don't even think I have my phone down here.
I'm pulling some Flying Rich dad jokes over here. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I know, right? Are you pulling up your beaver pics?
Yes.
Are you really? Oh my God, Rich. Dude, the funniest thing, Rich has anyone ever laughed at that? Aside from you.
Oh, wait.
Aside from you.
Hold on, I hit the wrong picture. Here it is.
Everyone knows about Buc-ee's.
My beaver pick.
All right, now let's give it a second. Give it a second. Now, everyone, if you genuinely laughed at that, type LOL or haha or something in chat. Let's boost Rich's or destroy his morale tonight. Oh man, that's great. Hey,
it's funny to me. I don't care.
From the Grave episode, was that from? I didn't see that.
Check it out. So I got to get a hold of his actual belt that he had in WCW.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, actual one he spray painted NWO on. Oh man, you can't see it. And let's see.
You could kind of see it in the shine a little bit.
There's me talking to him when I was going there to get some stuff signed by him. That's in his bar.
Oh, cool.
Dude, the dude is, there's my wife. The dude is legit, like, still jacked. Like, it is ridiculous how in shape he is. Like, at 70 years old. Ridiculous jacked. He was just on the Joe Rogan podcast not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I saw a couple LOLs.
You did. You got a couple LOLs. Good for you, man. Good for you.
I didn't see it. I was looking for that picture. What was it?
I got a partial beaver pic right here.
I don't get it.
I can't see anything.
It's the Buc-ee's beaver.
Oh.
So you went up to the Buc-ee's beaver and you were like, "Excuse me, sir, I'd like to make a vagina joke. Could you please pose for a picture?" Yeah, we saw it. We saw it, Rich.
But what was the joke, though? What'd you say? You said I got a picture of a beaver?
I got a beaver pic.
Do you want to see a picture of a beaver?
I got you. Yeah.
And no one says yes. We are getting some LOLs.
It depends on which beaver.
Yeah, right. Just ordered a T17.
Or whose beaver?
Nice, zombie green. That's what's up. Hey, so I'm gonna be carrying some more Glock related stuff on DLD hardware, and I haven't put up anything new yet, but I'm gonna
Gun
be
doctor.
putting some
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
up. Hey, when you hold pictures up to the stream, the little bar at the bottom, don't let that show, because people can freeze it, snapshot it, and then expand it. And then if you got like a picture of your freaking car registration or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm good. This is all just
Man,
Be-
I put
all
a,
beaver
I put out
pics.
a video of
beaver pics.
me.
They're
Ye-
all beaver pics. Sorry.
I
go
put a
ahead.
video about me yelling about my range like not too long ago,
Mhm.
and the guy, I had like over 200,000 views on it, and the guy commented on there, and he was like, "You might not want to show a picture or put a video that's a 4K video on the internet with you holding the check in your hand."
Oh shit!
Oh
And I was
my
like,
god.
"Good point," and I went and deleted it like right that second. And even though it
Oh,
had like 200 and whatever, I was just like, delete, and then, so I had to do it
Dude,
again.
I'll tell you, I've seen some of the people with like the best OPSEC ever, right? Like we got to remember, like, okay, Carnicon, Dugan Ashley was like one of the original gun channels on YouTube, right? And he went his entire career left, and like no one aside from a very small group of people actually knew his name, right? His actual name. Everyone, like a lot of people actually believed his name was Dugan Ashley, right? He comes back, then he leaves. He comes back, then he leaves. Comes back and he leaves. And then one day is out getting gas on a live stream, and he swipes his credit card like this. Done.
No.
Yep, done. One split second decision, talking to people, just swiping a credit card at the gas station. Done, right? Like
Wow.
the smallest little decision can be like, you know, crazy. Set of rails, what, for polymer 80 rails? I think I have one extra set. I mean, I got some other rails too, but I don't want to be like sitting with a gang of blank frames and no rails. I may have one extra set of rails. I'll see what I can do for you, broski. So many beavers run around Bucky's. This is true. Yeah. So, what do you carry? Are you still carrying the 19?
Me?
Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rich, you're
Yeah, I
carrying the
carry
365?
Go ahead. What?
I was just asking it, Rich. You're carrying the 365 still?
Yep.
Boo!
Why do you boo that?
I just don't trust them.
I mean,
I know that they've
This
gotten
thing's been
fixed.
100%. Yeah. Hey, the earlier models, no, I wouldn't go anywhere near.
Yeah. I'm just a Glock fanboy. That's all it is to it.
yeah, I got a few Glocks.
Yeah. That's just all there is, man.
Uh-oh.
I can't. Uh-oh. Better answer it.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would say that, I really don't have a reason to not like SIG other than the fact that like the 320 drops and shoots some people in the ass.
Yeah.
The 365 had a bunch of malfunctions. Like,
Oh no, there were issues
there's
with the 365s too, JovaQ. In the very beginning, there were some
Yeah.
issues with the 365, but I will say they were made to sound like they were very, very serious issues that were causing like guns to explode and shit, and it was not that serious.
no, they had springs and stuff like that were just basically just like falling out. But for the most part, it was very much the first run of them. And this is the thing I didn't like about it, is that I think that the company, as a company, they pretty much like put their customers as guinea pigs, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
because
they totally did.
they
Yeah.
rushed it out, and I think that was not cool. And I wanted to shoot that gun, and I didn't get to.
Yeah, the blaster.
Yeah,
It's so funny to see like everyone drooling over that, but then if you post that picture in the 3D printing gun community, they're like, "Oh my god, another Han Solo blaster! Get a life!" Like they've been doing that for years, you know.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, can you put my face in there?
I know we didn't get a picture.
I
was
don't know.
actually-
I definitely did get a picture with you and me. I mean, I think there's a group shot, but there's
There
no.
is. We got the group money shot. Did you saw that picture? I don't think I sent it to you, but the picture of you sitting there with little Josh and the MP5 smoking with the oil filter?
No,
Here,
I don't think
I'll
so.
send it to you real quick, dude. It is a great picture.
Hmm.
Dude, my balls just went up in my stomach for a second because I just saw an email from YouTube. But it was unrelated. It was something about revenue sharing from the video that John Crump did or something like that.
Hmm.
Here, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the flow. Gotta get up.
Gotta get up,
Yeah.
get down.
There you go. I just sent you a bunch. So there's a few there live, so you can toggle. I think it's like the second.
I don't think I got a picture of us, like me, you, and Crump.
No, I don't think me and Crump got one with someone else, and then
I thought there was a group shot when we just walked up.
I don't think it was on our phones. So it was somebody else.
Ah, yeah.
So if you look closely, I think it was like the second one. Either look at the
Oh yeah.
you see, and because it's a live picture, you can kind of manipulate like what part you want as the picture. So
That's cool.
yeah, that's pretty dope. So I was really anti 365 for a long time. However, being that like I'm this far into 365s being used for EDCs all over the world, so many team guys are using them, so many soft guys are using them, so many that sounds bad. So many special operations guys are using them as like their EDCs. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll give it a try. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one together. I can't like build one, but I'll assemble one. Yeah, they do, Joe Morris. Good point. I'm gonna assemble one. I'm gonna buy an FCU, and then not Freedom Crew University. I'm gonna buy a fire control unit, and then I'm gonna get a dope ass grip module, maybe like an Icky or some I don't know, like an Icarus or something like that. And then I'm gonna use all Patmos 365 parts because those are actually look for anyone that sleeps on Patmos Glock parts. Okay, we've all had some problems here and there with them. I did not early on at all, right? And honestly, I had mostly great experiences with them, but some of their stuff I had issues with. But the Patmos 365 and 320 shit is light years beyond where their Glock stuff is. So
we actually
put
do
that
have a
in.
320 from Patmos, that
I do have one of those too.
yeah. I don't know if Josh has made it yet or not. I'll let him have it because I'm not a big 320 person.
Yep.
But I don't know if he's put it together yet or not. But we need something to smash the things down with or whatever.
No, I got that. If you guys need that, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to show you this, but I don't know if I can show it to you or not.
What is it?
It's a hunk of metal that's not a gun. It looks like a gun, but it's fake.
How much? What kind of?
It's a 365, and it looks it's a dummy gun basically, but it's black.
Hold it up real quick. Oh yeah.
See the bolt in the end of the barrel.
So
that's
I
didn't realize the barrel.
It's got a screw. There's no barrel actually. It's a screw, and
it's not a gun.
It's a fake gun.
Yeah.
Or it's a dummy gun. It's basically for like for I guess looks or whatever that they use in the shelves like at gun stores. Anyway, we were doing a video and talking a bunch of crap about 365, and we at the time we were really good friends with Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo, and we were like, hey man, we do this video with 365 where we want to mess one up and stuff. I was like, y'all want to lend us one to do that for, because we weren't going to buy one. And they're like, we're not going to give you a real gun, but we'll give you a fake gun you can do that with. So there's like 4 or 5 videos on our channel, like back in the day when we first started, that people would give us such crap over that because we were just destroying this gun, like throwing it in the air and doing all kinds of crazy stuff with it. And yeah, that's it. But
they didn't realize that it was a fake.
We literally had to explain it to people. We were like, it has literally a bolt and nut through the area where there's going to be a barrel. Like it's not God. Even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ting Ting. Did I see Ting Ting? Oh yeah, Ting Ting's here. Hey, Ting Ting. Good to see you. Hello, DLD. Flying crash the F-35, Rich and Josh. That's hilarious. Yeah, dude. I honestly, I'm down because I look. I was honestly very impressed with the Patmos 320 products as far as like tolerance, quality. I've shot the shit out of that thing with a MUP, with a MUP and also with a factory FCU in it. And with the factory FCU, it runs better. But that's an issue for me of me making building errors. That's not a Patmos thing. They did a really good job with the Patmos parts. They definitely leveled up their shit, and you pay for it, trust me. But when it comes down to, I'm either going to go factory sig on 360, 365, or just get some of the Patmos stuff and build
The
one.
angle of the grip of the 365 just bothers me so bad because I guess I don't know
Really?
if it's just the size of my hands or what, but I just cannot deal with it. Yeah.
Have you felt
Hmm.
the Spectre or the Icarus grip modules?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mr. Big Kid has a couple of Icarus things, and we've done a couple videos on them, or we had them do videos on. I don't know if we actually did them or not.
You still don't mess with it?
I just don't like it, man. It's too small, and my hands are just it's like they swallow it. Like I could show you right now. This is my regular grip, and it's like I mean,
Your
it's
thumb is protruding
dude,
past
it's
the.
almost past it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's just like
that's hilarious.
Can't
It's
So
like
do
what?
shooting the Keltec P50. Ooh, I had a thumb.
yeah,
Oh,
basically.
dude, did you see Joe shooting the P50? He didn't close it all the way.
Oh, yeah, he said some couple things. I had mine pop open also.
Mm.
I
When you
was shooting.
design something like that should have spring tension against it, right? There's no spring tension. It's relying only on gravity and a latch. I'm like, dude, no, they so need two things bearing
There's a
pressure
couple of
against it.
tweaks I would definitely do on that.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. So one thing I think is oh, I got called up to be at hospital for medical emergency at 0600. So I'm a little pissed. Only been home for 5 days. Those farts. What? Are you okay? Or what do you work? Well, I don't hope you're okay. I'll just say that. So here's one thing I think around the same time, the 365 and the 43X dropped, but the 43X dropped with the revolutionized, with the S15 magazines that were like, whoa, 16 rounds in that thing. Now, at the
Yeah.
time, the 365 was at 10 plus 1 and 12 plus
Mhm.
1.
Mhm.
So it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I just came across a 43X at that time for $350. So it was like, shit, I can't not get that. Had I not gotten that one, and had there not been some bad press about the 365, who knows? Maybe I would have gone with the 365.
Yeah.
It's all about timing,
I I think that Sig's metal frame pistols are awesome.
Primo.
I
Yep.
mean, yeah, you can't get any better than that. Their polymer frame striker fire stuff is just has never hit for me. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a big fan of them.
Yeah. I just want to
And not only that, when you talk crap about them on videos, it gets tons of views because it gets people butthurt all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I agree. I'm with you. And so personally, because we're at the stage where they've done so well and they have the 320. Look, it could be a dope gun. It is. I love the way it looks. I think it's cool. I would never personally rock one. I know guys that run theirs, and they run theirs harder than, honestly, some of them run them harder than I run my Glocks, you know? And I respect that. But for me personally, because the 365 has gotten to this point and has not had a lot of negative shit, like, you don't hear a lot of negative shit about it. I'm willing to give it a shot, but I would get one. I'd put one together, and then I would run the dog shit out of it to see how it works, what it works with, what ammo it works with, what it's most accurate with, what it sucks. For the 320 slide parts, for value and quality, I honestly well, I actually have an affiliate link, Playboy, if you hit me up. Patmos came out with some fire for the 320. Actually, you know what? I think I could pull this off. Hold on.
I'm going to get a slide. you're going to take it off.
So this is only the slide, of course.
We're
But
so flirting with danger right now.
I know, right?
Let
Between
me
you
tell you
and
the
me,
Penn
like,
Station story.
Oh, bro. But you know what's super dope about this grip module? It's white.
white. Yeah.
White factory sig white grip module.
See, now I do like the fact that you can change them out. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I do think that a lot of pistols are going to start eventually going to that, just like they've all started eventually going to the optic cut. I think they will eventually all go to modular stuff like that, because I mean, Echelon basically just proved that you could do everything. And
well, how many rounds you got through the Echelon?
I don't actually have one. I've shot one. I've done a video on it. It's Mr. Big Kids. See, Mr. Big Kids lives really close to me. Mr. Big Kid lives like 6 miles from my house. So whenever he gets something or I get something, we just kind of swap back and forth.
Yeah, I got to get him on the show. This slide is so cute. Thank you, Tinky. I did get Lethal Luke set up for an episode.
I heard that. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
So Druidinerigon says P320 X10 10mm. I've had no problem so far, 500 rounds through it. So that 500 rounds is like for a gun that I don't like. Look, I'll take a Glock out of the box and I'll just run it, right?
Mm.
For a gun like a SIG, 500 rounds failure free. That's the carry point, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
oh man, I just can't do it, man.
I still wouldn't carry a 320, bro. I've had a literal, like, I've had this thing, no problem, except when I was using the MUP, I made a couple small, like, very very slight errors. I could carry this thing with a factory FCU in it, and it runs 100%. I still will not carry it, and I'm not trying to shit on people that carry the 320. I know people that do. I know, dude, Dust from the Tactical Turkeys. This dude could like crack a smiley face and a silhouette at 100 yards all day with that shit. It's just not a me thing. I don't want to carry it.
I'm same. I know tons of people that carry it. It's just not that's not my bag, man.
I will also say that I took about 20 to 25 minutes with a green 16-ounce nylon hammer, and I tried to make this fire.
Yeah.
Hit it everywhere in every direction, dropped it through it, it would not go off.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe mine's the one that doesn't go off. Maybe yours is the one that does go off, guys out there.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Still, the way that they make their triggers, man, they don't have trigger safeties in them. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot trust a striker fired pistol that does not have a trigger safety.
It also doesn't have an over insertion safety in it when you don't have a base plate on the magazine that stops at the mag well. So you can actually destroy the only serialized portion of your firearm by over inserting magazines, like the stick mags, or but like anything that does not stop at the mag well, because that ejector is built in, that is part of the fire control unit, which is the serialized portion, right? So which I always thought is interesting. You could build a 940 or 357 SIG, but the ejector is not different on any of them. I find that to be interesting. But aside from that, the mags that don't stop at the mag well, when you jam them in, it can warp and totally misshape the ejector.
Yeah, I actually had a problem with that on a Henry Homesteader. The 9mm thing they just came out with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Pat RMG had one, and Pat RMG lives real close to me too. He lives like 30 minutes away. And so whenever we get things, we swap back and forth too. But he had a Homesteader, and I ran I think it was just like a 17 round mag. It's like a regular 17 Glock mag up in there, because he had the adapter for the Glock mag. And when we ran it up in there, it's like the lines that are on a Glock mag, like this right here. See these little square things right here?
Yep.
That's what stop when you go up in there. Oh, it doesn't have it on that side. But anyway, it's like it stops it when it goes up in there so far. This thing would basically just like eat those lines off of there. Like it was chopping them off. It was really weird. And like eventually, like this was not there anymore. It just shaved it off.
And you got to like for a Glock, for it to go past, you got to shear it completely off. Like I got some old Gen 1 mags with like nothing but the one little cut out on it that like I've run the dog shit out of. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal says, I got an Echelon, 0 rounds. I'll keep you informed. I can't decide on an optic. I've heard of shearing. So that's what I was going to bring up. A lot of people look, and I know people out there have. John Crump just came in and said, WTF. Okay, Crump, you're welcome to join too. Okay.
Oh, I'm tapping out. Nothing to do with John joining. It's
I can tell Rich was like trying to yawn with his mouth closed. Like
just
no, you're good, man. If hey Gordon, great to see you, man. Yeah, Rich, you're good. If you wanna peace out, you wanna do your little outro, the outro that you're famous for.
Yeah, don't get fucked.
Yeah. By Beavers.
Be kind, rewind.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, good seeing you, man. I mean, I wish we had. These events are a stupid amount of fun, but I couldn't tell you how many people I just walked by. Hey, how's it going? And that was it. That was the whole conversation.
Yeah.
The whole time there.
I know. Like, you don't have enough time to actually like when you're out there shooting and stuff. Like you really don't have enough time to hang. So like when the bad thing is like you wake up so early to get there. You stay out all night or whatever, and then you're tired as crap the next day.
Oh yeah, the Saturday night. Yeah. I was. The Friday night was great.
Still, you're tired when you wake up that Saturday. Like
Oh yeah, and then Saturday night, you're looking to go to a good party and hang out, and I'm like, yeah, I'll stop in. I'm like, oh no, I'm not leaving.
Dude, it was so funny how like initially we were like, oh, you're having this party, where do you guys want to go? And then we get back and we're just like, dude, let's just have people over at our house. We get to our house, we're like, dude, let's just go to bed. Like, man, I don't know, it killed me, man. I mean,
you think you're up for everything whenever it's talking and the day first started. You think you're ready for everything, and then by the time range is over and you hadn't stopped to go take a nap.
Hot.
Yeah. Now, one year we did do that. Like about 2:00, we left the range day and we went out and we took a nap, and we came out about 2 hours later, and then we went back to the range and everything was cool and we got to go do whatever. But still, even then, you just kind of catches up with you, man.
Crump was awake. He prides himself on sleeping for 2 hours a day. But let me tell you what, bro, I used to as well, right? And remember when I used to nod off on live streams and shit, bro? That's when I was sleeping 2 hours a night, going to sleep at 3 and 4, and my daughter waking me up, Daddy, at 6:30. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I remember that stuff. So, Josh, hopefully someday we have a range day at your range.
Yeah, one could only hope.
Hopefully. One day when you win.
Yeah. We'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to make a phone call.
All right, Rich. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. So the Echelon, there's been some issues coming up about the Echelon shearing optics off. I think part of it is the way that it's cut, but it's essentially when you mount an optic and all of or almost all of the retention of the optic is the tension is put on the screws. A lot of times after a couple few thousand rounds, it just shears them off. And I've been hearing a lot about that, but I don't know. I haven't personally had one of my local ranges has an Echelon as the well, they have one of the rental guns. Jesus, sorry. One of the rental guns is an Echelon, and they've already had issues with the optics shearing off more than once, and they've replaced it and and whatnot. But just something to consider, guys. That's all I'm saying. If you run it, you run a few hundred rounds through it, and it's totally fine. You carry it and whatever, you do your thing, but just be aware, like whatever you're carrying, should be proven beyond, like, you should never have a shadow of a doubt that what you're gonna pull out is going to go bang every single time when you feed it, and that's it.
Yeah. I had a Glock thing. I think it was when I first got my Glock 45. Of course, it's MOS, and I put a Holosun whatever on it. I think it was 507C. Anyway, the plates that come with the Glock standard, like the OEM plates, they're plastic, and I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, out of all the stuff, you put plastic plates in here. That doesn't make no sense to me. Anyway,
On the MOS?
yeah,
The ones I got were steel.
not mine. Mine were
What?
plastic. Yeah. So I don't know if that was like a first run deal. I don't know, but they were plastic, and
Dang.
yeah. And so basically, I put that on there. Josh put that on there. Josh is usually pretty good at like doing, Joe Bob Gunsmith stuff, and
Yeah.
so I let him put it on there. And then we shot, probably a couple hundred rounds through it. The next thing I know, wham, hits me right in the forehead. And
No way.
yeah, it made me bleed and everything. And I have a hat on backwards, so it hit right in the center of that open area. Smacked my
Dude.
forehead, made me bleed. And I was like, dude, what's happened? And they were like, well, the plate failed basically from the screws. And we Loctite it and everything. I mean, it just pulled right out. So
Dang.
the next thing I did was I contacted CPHW or something like that. I think that's what the
Yeah,
name of it is.
the CPH, they make the aluminum plates.
What is it called? CHPW's Precision Weapons or something like that.
Yeah, it's weird because their logo just says CH, but it's CHP. They do optics plates, plate mounts like MOS to acro. They do all sorts of Glock plates. I have one of their plates downstairs actually.
So I got that one, put it on the Glock 45. Hadn't had a problem since.
Okay, question: do you have any of their 2mm RMR screws?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because I had their plate on that high polished, the one with the RMR on it now, and well, I guess I don't really need it now, but I had to literally go out and buy. So it won't take 3mm RMR
I think
screws.
we actually had to go buy some too from like Ace Hardware or something.
Oh, really?
Well, they weren't long enough.
Dude, it's so every single optic screw, nearly every optic screw, is 3mm screws, right? RMRs are 3mm by 10, Doctors 3mm by 9, Holosun is 3mm by, or whatever. The Crimson Trace is 3mm by 8. They're all these, but like all of them are 3mm. Well, the CHP plate or whatever that I got on that high polished Glock 19 G45 19X, whatever. It's a I put it together with a bunch of different shit.
One of them things.
Yeah. It's technically a 19 slide on a 45 frame, but whatevs. So it had that on it, but none of the screws fit. And then I look and I was like, oh my God, dude, that's like a millimeter thinner than every screw that I have. So I had to take that off, and I got to say, whoever installed that installed it beautifully. It was perfect. I don't know if they used Loctite or Rockset, but that was the closest thing to permanently installing something that you could do. And I took that off. Luckily, I was able to get that off. And then I had to go buy the Type 1 MOS plates, which are the steel plates. Now, they should be metal so they can work with like RMRs that have the naked underside,
Yeah. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think mine were steel.
Was it?
Yeah, I think they were. But for whatever reason, they stripped out. That's why I was thinking they were plastic. But they basically just stripped right out.
Dude, those screws are really short. They're really, really short.
Yeah, these plates were terrible. I don't know what they were made out of. I know they were some sort of metal. I don't know what kind of metal they were, but they were not good.
They could have been some of the super early runs where, I don't
know. It was when literally the day it came out, I went and bought it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the MOS system for mounting optics is great. It's very effective. And people in the building community, what they run into constantly is that they and you know what? We are going to talk about 2:20 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, guys. Remind me in a minute to talk about that. what people in the building community, in the 3D printing community, and all that, any type of gun builder community, what we run into is that, we get these aftermarket parts, and these slides are RMR cut, but they're direct mount. So you're not using any plates or anything at all. What the MOS system did is they put a plate over the optic cut, and then you use the appropriate plate that works with your optic, and then you screw the optic into the plate instead of screwing the optic into the gun. And then when you screw the optic into the gun, what happens is the screw actually a lot of times penetrates penetrates through down to the extractor spring, and it totally jacks up reliability and ejection issues. It basically turns the gun into a blowback handgun, and it may work sometimes and it may not sometimes. So I like the way that the MOS system works. I also love what Strike Industries had done with their Glock slides. They have, almost every single optic available you can mount on their slide from the factory. So I do love that. But yeah, a lot of companies have gotten optic mounting very wrong.
I actually had a similar problem with that on the same thing on a Glock 45. So it's my bedside gun, right? And my wife has all these like wax warmers out there, and there's a wax warmer on the table next to my bed. And basically, I didn't think about it, but I was having problems with it. Going into battery, like taking the 9mm, it was just wasn't taking it into the ramp. So I thought it was like, I didn't know if it was a ramps problem. I didn't know if it was a barrel problem. I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, I started looking at it, and I was like, we got to figure out what's going on with this thing. So we took it apart, took the optic off, and there was like this liquid underneath my optic. And I was like, that's weird. What is that? And so we kind of scraped it off, and I was like, oh, it must be like Coke or something. I don't know.
Smells great.
Yeah. So we took that out. We took out the plunger, and I was like, oh, wax had gotten down into the plunger because it got spilled on the actual Glock itself.
Oh my God.
And so it went underneath the plate. And I probably had it like that for months. I'm going to say it had to be months because I was like, I have no idea what's wrong with this thing. It has to be, I thought the screw was going down in there. That's the reason why we took the optic off. I thought the screw was penetrating into the striker channel or the plunger channel. And it just, just so happened I could literally pull the wax off, and it was like perfectly circled around the actual plunger itself. It was so crazy.
Oh my God, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Wesley, I forgot to go back to your question. So he asked us what are our opinions on, oh, and thank you, Blade Boy, I appreciate it. It's CHPWS, which is CH Precision Weapon Systems. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've not seen I have seen the Glock trigger pin thumb rest. I'm not really down with that. Any added like force, like a gas pedal on a trigger pin, I'm not really down with that. They used to do the same thing with optic mounts way before optic mounts were a slide thing. They literally had an optic mount that went through the trigger pins, and I just wasn't down for that. But Wesley's question is, what are your thoughts or our thoughts on other chassis pistols, like other types of pistols that use chassis, like the 320 and 360?
I think that most will go to that. In my opinion, most gun manufacturers, like pistol manufacturers, will go to that eventually. I don't necessarily know if I don't know if I like it better than regular or not. You know what I'm saying? Non-modular.
Yeah.
I think it's just a preference thing, being able to take your grips off and all that stuff. To me personally, I'm probably just going to go out and buy a 17 if I want a 17 or a 19 if I want a 19. Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. To me, it doesn't really matter, but I understand why people do it, and I understand why companies do it. I don't personally think that it is a must-have for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob, that's exactly what we were talking about. We can hit that again in a second if you want. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many other guns out there are like chassis based. I know that, there are more on the market. I know Strike is coming out with one. which is a Glock. Which I mean, there's a bunch out there, but
I honestly think that the reason why people will do it is because they think that they have to keep
yeah,
up with what other ones are doing, which obviously Glock doesn't give two shits about what other people do, and they're going to do what's
yeah,
going to be reliable and Glock perfection, or whatever.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like, how much of their platform has changed since Gen 3? Not a whole lot, and their changes
Finger
from
grooves, no finger grooves,
yeah,
basically.
exactly, right? Like, it went from basically no accessory rail to accessory rail and finger grooves, back to no finger grooves with accessory rail, and the only other thing that changed is because, and a lot of people don't know about this, because Glock was getting so much flack from lobbyist groups about, their guns being so easily and readily convertible turning into machine guns, um,
Mm.
that's really kind of what birthed Gen 5 was they integrated a piece into their frame that prevents people from turning them into machine guns unless they have access to a razor blade. Then obviously it doesn't matter.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, the problem I have with it honestly is like the cruciform is one of like the pieces with the most structural integrity in the like inside the system. Why would you ever break it into two pieces? Like that's so in look, I'm not an engineer, right?
Yeah.
But why would you break that into two
I'll tell
pieces?
you one thing I think that is cool is something that M&P started doing is where
Mhm.
they started. It's not necessarily modular, but the rails and everything is one metal piece, and it's also included into the. It's kind of like a chassis underneath the polymer, so that there's never going to be any kind of flex or whatever because it's not just a polymer piece; it's a metal piece inside the polymer. I think that's really cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got to give some more love to M&Ps, man, because I those are guns that they've proven to be pretty effective.
yeah.
Um long term like look, a lot of people are going to hate when I say this, but I promise you it is true. Um And well, hold on before I go there. Yes, I do think MMPs are great. I think their newer ones are improved in a lot of areas. I shoot the MMPs very, very well, even better than Glocks. But here's the deal: take an MMP, take a Glock, and take a Sig 320. Put all three of them right next to each other and shoot them all until they stop. I promise you, I guarantee it that the Smith and Wesson and the Sig will need parts replaced before the Glock, hands down. And it's
Hmm.
not because I'm like, oh, Glock is so far superior, it's better than everything. It's not better at everything. We're all sitting here like, yeah, the grip, you got to do this, you got to work around it, you got to like, we get it that there are pros and cons, but I'll take the pros all day. I'll deal with the cons to get those pros all day, which
Yeah,
is the shit's not going to break and you're not going
yeah,
to have to replace parts in the field while you're getting shot at.
yeah.
Just
One thing I did not like about the FN stuff, like I like the way they feel, I like the way they shoot. The one thing that stopped me from ever buying a FN
let
509
me
or
guess.
anything like that.
Let me guess. Can I guess?
Yeah,
The trigger.
no. So it was the firing pin actually. So I
Oh,
was watching Tactical Toolbox's video on a FN 509, some
mhm.
whatever time it was. I can't remember how long ago it was, but basically he had something go wrong with this and he had to take it apart. So when he took it apart, like how many parts are on a firing spring in a Glock?
You have the striker. You have the two front cups, the two rear cups, and the spring.
That's it, right?
Yep,
Do you know how many parts and pieces are in a firing pin in a FN 509?
like 23.
Yes, it is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
there's like ball bearings you have to make sure in the right way. Like, dude, why would you want something like that?
Straight up, when I got the FN 510, because I wanted a 10 millimeter and it was just
Hmm.
badass. And because it's like flat dark earth, it's that like baby poo brown. When
Hmm.
I looked at the serial number and the serial number was baby poo, I was like, I got to buy this shit. Right.
Yeah,
But when I bought it, the dude was like, do yourself a favor, don't take it apart.
yeah,
I was like, Okay. So I started
Yeah.
looking into it and I started, hearing all this shit. DLD After Dark, do you have opinions on Glock performance trigger upgrades for the Gen 5 Glocks? Yes, I do. And we'll talk about that too. But let me go back really quickly here and then we'll have to wrap up. Yes, 329 PD is tits. You should get one. Um, hold on. Sky, APX, P320, Hellcat, and 365. Hold on. Are you giving a list of the guns not to purchase?
Bazinga.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, still love you, Wes. Let's see, where was it? Okay, so the thing about the aftermarket RMR cut slides, Bob had said that he had a buddy that was pushing down his extractor spring. Look, there's so many other things. You're going to see people all over the place that are like, here's a quick. He said, "You got a 510." Yeah, dude, they're dope. I love them. 23 rounds of 10 mil in that bitch. Here's the deal.
Said Glock is the Fat Max, works every time.
Yes, yes. Yeah, 38 special is good too. The Smith and Wesson, I got a 642. I love that thing. But it's very limited, right? So you have to understand, like, if you're carrying that, what could you carry that's about the same weight or thickness that could possibly take the same magazine as your primary, or could give you more firepower, better, whatever. Just some thoughts, reevaluating. Um, but anyway, you're going to find people that are talking about hacks. Oh, just cut the screw, Dremel the screw off, and then do whatever. There, there's a lot of reasons why I don't carry some of my guns that are RMR cut with optics on them that I built. And it's not because the guns don't work. It's because if I'm going to carry like a polymer 80 that I built, unless it's like a strike slide or an OEM slide, I'm not going to run an optic on it because I cannot trust that shit that it's going to stay centered, that it's not going to move, that it's not going to shear. Even some of the best manufacturers of slides out there are literally just cutting nothing else. There's no feet in there. There's no the recoil brassers or whatever they call them, the little feet, the little
Yeah.
posts.
Yeah.
They're not even putting those on there. Some of them will do little half posts, so they'll
Mhm.
fit more optics and stuff. But like, if it's a strike slide, I'll rock an optic on it. If it's an OEM, I'll rock an optic on it. If it's a very high quality slide, Lone Wolf does great optics cuts on there, and they're not super big money. You can get them for like 169. Um, Zev all day. I'll rock an optic on that. But some of these other ones, man, it's not cash money. Not cash money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
OEM's the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I don't want that. I don't want people to confuse that with me saying that I won't carry a gun that I built because I'll carry a gun that I built all day. I just probably won't run an optic on it if I'm like running it for serious use, you know?
Yeah.
Um, Somebody else. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Oh, okay. So do you have any experience with the Glock performance trigger for the Gen 5s?
I bought one because I was playing around with the 47, I think, which is what it came with one in it. And
Okay.
I was playing around with it. And to be honest with you, I was like, man, this is so awesome. I want one. So I went and bought one because they were $100. I mean,
Mhm.
it's literally a drop-in trigger you can put in for $100.
Yeah.
And I got one, and I haven't put it in anything yet.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
So I kind of did the same thing. I went to one of my local spots and they had a 19 or 19X with one in, and you could tell it looking back, it's had the piss shot out of it, right? Like it was so light and smooth. It's had the
I gotta
dog
say
shit all over
though,
it.
it was very, very mushy. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like it.
So there's two reasons for that. If you look at the system, so man, I wish I could just hold it up here. I literally have one like
I know.
right in the other room.
Yeah.
So yes, I do like it. Yes, you can get a very, very good cadence like that. I don't know if you guys saw, but when I did that bill drill in like 2 seconds, and it was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like just like a like perfect cadence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not perfect, but it was a good cadence. That was with the performance trigger. And there's like a sweet spot, but here's what you have to remember. If you get them, you can get them online for like $70, $75. Yes, that's worth it. I bought mine in a store for $100. In my opinion, still worth it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, it's a whole trigger housing, trigger, everything for $100, right? It's totally worth it. But I was running mine in a 19X, and if you choose to get one, as you run it, it will get better, but it's it's not like incredibly light. It's only a 4-pound trigger. And the thing, if you run Glocks a lot, then you're gonna see when you rack it and pull the trigger's never dead and back. It's always popped forward. The reason it's always popped forward is because it has equal amounts of negative pressure pushing the trigger back out, which means when you reset it, it's got some, I wouldn't call it trigger slap, but it's mushy in and mushy out. But when you get it at that sweet spot in the middle, you can just kind of you can run it like a motherfucker. But it's mushy in and mushy out, and when you reset it, it pushes your finger back. Not like
Mm-hmm.
trigger slap, but it pushes. It's
Yeah.
different. You got to kind of get used to it.
I'll be honest with you. One of the best and most fast triggers I've shot is the one that's the new M&P trigger. That one is by far one of my favorite brand new OEM triggers out there.
Really?
Yeah, because they came out with I can't remember
Oh
which
yeah.
one they came out with. I think it came out when they came out with the metal one, honestly.
It's
And
kind of like it's shaped like the Apex trigger, right?
dude, it is so freaking sweet. I'm telling you, and I can go fast with that thing. I'm not a fast shooter, but I can go really fast with it. Like if you watch some of Lethal Luke's videos, like he's a quick shooter, right?
Yeah.
I can go just as fast, and he can do that with anything. I can go just as fast with that M&P trigger.
Nice. Hell yeah. So I don't usually use the Marine firing pin cups. I'm just usually rocking OEM.
Yeah, I rock OEM stuff too.
Yeah, the Marine cups are supposed to be like for people that are
Water.
going to be, yeah, like around salt water and like,
What's they called? Oh, maritime cups is what they're called, right?
maritime cups. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I've seen them, and I don't know. I've just never worried about putting them in there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they may have some benefit for certain people. Like if you live in Virginia Beach, right on the water, and something,
Mm-hmm.
and you're carrying a gun all day around salt water, like yeah, it may be a good idea. But I don't know that. Like, I've fired my Glocks literally underwater, and like, they've worked. Don't do that, by the way, because I found that you can bulge out a barrel and blow up a gun in your hand. But just don't do that. The the other thing I wanted to hit on was yes, Gen 3 Glock is Glock perfection. Um, hold on, there was something else I was going to say. What were we talking about prior to that? The trigger. Shit, I don't remember honestly. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I think whatever you're going to run, I think one of the things that we do in this world of EDC, whatever you want to call it, we don't practice enough with our shit, and then we switch our shit up all the time, and then we go get something, and then we change it, and we buy more stuff, and then we upgrade it, and then we put it right back in our waistband. Like no, we need to take it upon ourselves to do more, put more rounds through it, and not just blazer brass. Whatever you're carrying, go buy a few more boxes and run that shit through it. And if your gun chokes on it, find a different carry gun or find a different
Yeah.
ammo, you know? Oh,
Agreed.
220 tomorrow. That's what we need to talk about. So do you know what's going on at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard?
Yeah, some kind of thing where they're gonna do the FEMA thing or something.
Yeah, yeah. Let me grab one thing. We'll bring it up.
Honestly, I haven't really thought much about it.
Yeah.
I know my wife asked me about it earlier today, and I don't know. I didn't think much about it. Although I did see a thing where Russia was going to do Russia was going to do a like a nuclear thing, like a practice or something like that, like as if it was coming from the West, which would be us. And just so happened they did that today, and then we have the thing going off tomorrow.
Oh wow, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, there's been a few different, I guess, ideas on what's happening with this, but some people, so essentially what's happening is tomorrow at 2:20 p.m. Eastern, which could be what, 11:20 for the people in Cali,
Mm-hmm.
12:20 to people the next time zone over, 1:20 p.m. Central, 2:20 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be a governmental, those alerts that go out, the
The
right?
Amber Alert or whatever.
Yeah, it's like an Amber Alert. It's like when the government sends out signals. I remember the first time I ever got one of those on my phone. It terrified the shit out of me. I was like, "How are you communicating with all of us?" Like, it's nuts, right?
Yeah.
But they used to do it with TVs, right? And now our
Yeah.
TVs are in our pockets. So
Right.
anyway, this is supposed to be a FEMA alert. However, some people that are a little bit more astute in the technological realm have said that if this alert pops up, if you interact with it in any way at all, what it's doing is it is sending a signal. And then if you interact with it in any way, even if you click for it to get it off your phone, it then opens up your device completely. It's essentially the same thing as Pegasus, which allows complete and total operation, access to all your pictures, your microphones, your data, your apps, your everything. I don't know if that is true. I'm just saying that's what some people are saying may be true or could be true. There are things that the government or people that are very, very good at hacking or tracking whatever devices that they could literally get in your phone without even you needing to do anything or touch anything. So part of me thinks like, well, if they really wanted to get in all of our phones, they could do so without us
Yeah.
interacting with any device or any
Yeah.
alert, right?
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think they already are in all of our devices, like no question.
Yeah.
Because of them being in bed with Alphabet, Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, like they have access to anything and everything they want. So, but what people are saying is tomorrow at 2:20 p.m. Eastern, when this alert comes, do not interact with it at all. Let it run. It'll run for 2 full minutes, and then it will disappear from your phone. What some people are also saying is to get a Faraday bag like
Ah.
this. Get a
Yeah.
Faraday bag, put your phone in it, and then take that Faraday bag with your phone in it, put it in an ammo can, close it, put aluminum foil around that, whatever you want to do to protect yourself, right? But just do that, but know that all that does is that stops the completion of transmission of signals. That doesn't stop the initial transmission. So what could happen is after 2:20, if you take your phone out, if you put your phone in there from 2:15 to 2:30 and you take your phone out after that, you may still get the alert at 2:30, right? So another thing, when people are hiding their phones in Faraday bags, Faraday cages and things like that, what they're not realizing is that your phone is still listening and is still documenting. It's just not storing the information. So once you bring it out of that, and once you restore the connection, then it stores everything. So it's like there's no way to like run from this, right? But I'm just saying, if you do want to have a little bit of an extra level of protection, it's a possibility that throwing it in a Faraday bag and then throwing that in an ammo can and then killing it with fire. I'm just kidding. And then, just it may help. You may not get the
So
alert. I
so
don't know.
you so basically you can't silence it or anything at all.
If you silence it, people are saying that is you opening up your phone to now having a two-way door to them.
Yeah.
So if your phone is a one-way contact, a one-way method of contact, right? They can, attempt to contact you. They're saying if you close it or swipe OK or swipe no or anything at all, that it
Yeah.
literally is now a two-way connection. Now,
Wow.
Jova, I would guess, probably has more information on this, but he may not be able to talk about it. You can also use a good old aluminum lined potato chip bag to block transmissions and reception. Correct. Also, did you know? Um, so not iPhones. Apple won't give that shit up. If Apple has the ability to stop it, they would. But look, I don't think we can count on anybody to save us, man. Like, I think that I don't know. I think part of me feels like no matter what, they can just come in and take any data and information that they want, no matter what. If there is another way to protect us, like, could it be that me throwing my phone in a bag and an ammo can for 20 minutes could protect me? Well, shit, I'm going to do it. I'll see what happens. But I don't know. I'm going to turn on my burner phone and see if that shit gets the message too. And then if it does, then I'll fucking break that shit and throw it in the Potomac. Yeah, and this is so your device is already compromised. Tomorrow's alert is concerning, but not because of any code injection. See, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah, I think the
it
same thing. If they want to listen, they're going to listen. That's the reason why we have the Patriot Act, or is the
yeah.
reason why that went into play.
Mhm.
If they can reach you, they can listen. Period. Just like you have the Alexas and you have all the other crap that's out there. Your phones will listen to you when you ask them to do something. They listen to you about everything you're saying. So that's why all these ads pop up all the time. They listen. Period.
Yeah, facts. This is a interesting point. Realistically, I could see this more as a more detailed sonic mapping of everything, like kind of how Wi-Fi and blue Jesus, what's the Bluetooth? Sorry.
I was like, blue what? What are you talking
Blue
about?
what? Blue waffle.
Yeah.
Playboy, a company in Israel, wink wink, broke the shooter's iPhone. Yeah, funny how that works, right? Bluetooth, I heard they can swipe your info just by using and having Bluetooth. Dude, there's so much shit that can be done. Not even we're not even just look. I'm no one here is just trying to hide from the government. Okay, if anything, those are the people that you can't really hide from. They can
Yeah.
do anything, take anything, seize anything. They can get your info, your device, your microphones on everything. There's
Yeah.
no way to hide from this. So I don't want this to be confused like I'm saying, oh, how do we hide from the government? Because that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm
Yeah.
talking about is some other method of security just for your individual privacy. Now, all those may be like a thing of the past. I'm not saying that this is going to help. I'm just saying that I'm probably going to do that just because I don't know what it's about tomorrow.
I think oh man, I had a thought and it left me.
Sorry, man.
No, you're good. I was gonna say something about something that was
Bones.
tracking. What was it? I don't know. Can't remember.
Remember they
Oh, remember the guy that killed his wife and kids or whatever? That was the guy in South Carolina.
not right offhand.
I mean, it was recently. Man, I guess it starts with an M or something like that. Anyway, he was a big lawyer in South Carolina, in this small town in South Carolina, and he went like crazy and he
You talking
shot
about
his.
Scott
Yeah,
Peterson?
I think so. No. This is a different name, I think.
Good point, M. Gabriel.
I can't remember his name. Anyway, it starts with an M, I think. They had a thing about it on Netflix and everything.
Oh, Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So,
Yes, Blixer, you're correct.
So anyway, but in that trial, basically, they found every step that dude made, and it was all through Murdoch. That's what it was.
Okay, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, go look it up. It's on Netflix, man. It's actually a really crazy thing. But basically, what happened was they tracked every single step that dude made. by his watch, his phone, and his car.
Yep.
And
I
it's
believe
like,
it.
how do you get away with anything now? I mean, not that I want to get away with anything. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's impossible if they really do their research. It's impossible they know every move you make.
Well, what if
And
there was a
this dude
way-
wasn't on the radar. Like, he was just a lawyer. Like, he's not like a guy they've been watching or anything like that.
Yeah.
They tracked it all from the electronics and stuff that he had on his person and in his car. And
Even
he's just a normal
scarier.
dude.
What and this could even be, more terrifying. What if there was a way that they could inject something into the entire population that could give them the same benefits of tracking and tracing?
Yeah, like they already did 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
they didn't put that in me, but
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I'm pure blood, baby.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Look, guys, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that if there is a way to maybe add another layer of security to whatever, just hide your kids, hide your wife, because they're raping everybody out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe the 5G towers are killing us? Probably. Everything is killing us, man.
Yeah.
I'm sitting
What's
here
not?
sucking down freaking PG vape juice, right? And motherfuckers out here eating McDonald's every day and shit. And
Yeah.
Taco Bell's different. So Taco Bell is a more healthful alternative when it comes. No, I'm kidding. Look, I don't know. I seriously think that they not only want to take us away, they want to keep us trapped in a life of consumerism and convenience where we do not need to do for ourselves. But when we do end up in a situation where our country is in peril, like we are now, what are we going to do when we can only rely on the government? They certainly don't want people that are independent thinkers, that are military age males, that are armed, that can build a community and do good for small groups of people, right? They certainly don't want dudes like us running around doing small unit tactics training and building communities and shit like that. I'm just saying
Yep.
it's a little, I don't know. George Orwell was absolutely right. We are living in 1984 right now, and it's our fault.
Yep.
And yes, Taco Syndicate soda is killing us. That's why I stopped drinking soda. I did
Yep.
have a couple sodas over the weekend, but I'm a seltzer boy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
haven't had one for an entire month.
Nice, man. Good for you. Where do you down to weight wise?
295 yesterday.
And what was your starting weight like before you?
342.
Man, good for you, bro. How do you feel like on your feet?
Oh, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel a difference like on your knees and your back? And
Yes.
damn, that's
It's nuts.
awesome. Man.
I mean, think about picking up a 50-pound bag or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
for
nuts.
you,
It really is. Like, I would do it 100 times over.
yeah. Well, I mean, don't, because then you'll disappear. But
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Taco Bell evacuates the McDonald's and vape chemicals. Yes. Very good point. It's like having what's this shit called that makes you poop? Laxative. It's like having laxatives.
Instant.
Joe Q says smartwatches, etc. They use the uploads from soldiers to map the bases in Afghanistan and Iraq. Interesting.
Makes sense.
Congrats on the loss. Keep it going. Congrats, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's see. Internet credits, phone. Okay, so here's the other thing. Okay, and then we'll wrap up after this. Okay, so right now there is a it's like a safety and banking fucking what's it called? Safety and banking bill or some shit like that, and a bunch of people on the right. And look, I don't like the whole right and left bullshit. Right? It's the same two wings on the same monster, right? Two heads of the same snake, whatever you want to say. And at the same time, we have to acknowledge the world that we live in. And right now, the world that we live in is divided by design, I think. And the people on the right are saying we need to vote for this bill the Safety and Banking Act or whatever the fuck it is, because it's going to, keep banks from discriminating from gun companies. So this bill is pro 2A, right? It's not. There's literally words in there specifically saying for like headline stuff. There's like a clause that basically says if there is any company that does not have a high ESG score, environmental, socially responsible score, right? This is the shit we were talking about like 2 years ago when we were like, guys, they're literally doing social credit scores. It's called ESG
Yeah.
and
Yep.
CSR. The one is for companies and one is for people, right?
You know,
And
you can Google your bank and just type that in and see if your bank is actually like going with it right now.
Yep, very true. And what they're doing is they put a clause in there that essentially says if any business is manufacturing things that are like typically in headlines and could be related to whatever. Basically, they just wrote this whole shit out that was saying gun companies that they can actually just write them off and completely discriminate against them, like without any notice, with anything that may be in headlines. Clearly, we know what's been in headlines when it comes to firearms recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mass
Yeah.
tragic events, all of these dudes unjustly shooting people over fistfights and shit like that. Like,
Right.
boom, they can just remove them like that. But what they're also, the reason they're really doing it is so that the government can participate in the marijuana industry and so that they can actually no longer have to use cash. Now, why else would the United States want to stop a 9-figure plus? I mean, God, I don't even know, right? Massive, massive, multi million, maybe even into the $1 billion industry that is cash only. Well, because maybe in the future we're going to be transitioning to the CBDC currency.
Yeah.
So, boom, no more marijuana trade when it comes to cash, right? So now they're getting to dip their hands in all those merchant fees. Bro, could you imagine if there's like $999 million of cash transactions that they're stopping right at
Yeah.
the same time they're setting up all this ESG and CSR shit, and at the same time they're trying to get CBDC coins into there's so much stuff that's going on that is like, man, this is going to set us up to have zero control unless you have skills, ability to barter, ability to trade, actual, things of value, or also on a massive scale, not participating in shit like this.
Yeah. It's also 100% setting us up for the New World Order.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, but here we are. Just the last thing I'll say is make sure that you're doing everything that you can to focus on you and your family's survival, whether that be water, food, shelter, security, but also, like Josh said last night, what's the other thing people should be doing?
Focus on God. Make sure that you're connected with Him. Make sure that you are right with Him. Make sure that you are, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, that you get to know Him real quick, because I think that it is by far the closest we've ever been to having the end of the times. And I know that people have said that for years. My parents have heard it for their life. I've heard it all my life. But you cannot look at Bible prophecy of what's going on right now and not tell that it is basically here. It is here with the last couple of steps being made, which is, I'll be honest with you, this is my honest opinion. We're not going to have another Republican president. Trump will not win this election, and this is going to be all to set up for the New World Order, which they are trying to do right now. They're trying to set up a New World Order. They're trying to set up a one world religion, which China is already doing with like the 3 of their 4 biggest religions in the world. They've already built temples for it and everything. It's happening, and it's happening quick. So be ready for it.
And they're going to be able to control the majority of the general populace, right? They'll be able to control them with every single weapon that has ever been used by every single dictator or whatever, which is water, food, right? When you can no longer use the money that you have, wealthy people out there will all of a sudden have nothing, right? When every single thing you have is controlled and they say, hey, you can't do that this week. You can't spend that money this week. Gun stores are not environmentally, socially responsible. So, boom, they're gone, right? All of a sudden, ammo, bro. I yeah. So I agree. I think it's important that all of us make sure you have a very good relationship with God, a very good relationship with your family. That next time that you walk out the door and you say, be right back, could be the last thing that you say to your family
Yeah.
every day anyway. But now this shit is getting so much worse. We have to make sure that we're right with God, that we're right with our family. And this is why every single show, look, guys, I know I'm not fucking Demo Ranch. I don't have 10 million subscribers, right? I'm not Grantham. I don't have millions of people, but the people that we do have on here, I think personally are excellent people that care. And that is why the little platform that I have, that's why I end every stream the way that I do, right? I say, and I'll just go ahead and roll out now. Anything else you want to say before we go?
That's it, man. Just get right with God.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And guys, make sure you show him some love. Go check him out, Black Diamond Guns and Gear, and also 76 Tuesday Podcast. Hit him up on Instagram, follow him, like the last 10 pictures that he posted, and show him some love. All right. And in the end, when this ends, by the way, drop a comment because I am working on something. I have something that I'm gifting to the Tactical Turkeys for their giveaway, but I'm also going to be doing some giveaways, and you guys may see a couple more of the OTF box cutters coming out soon, blue ones possibly. You guys may also see a couple more of these given away, and you may, let's see, where is it? Shit, I don't have it here. You may see one of the higher end blades given out too. But for those that don't want to wait, if you use code DARK on Tac Knives, you get 20% off. But go in the description. There's websites, affiliate links. If you do want to support the channel, I'd appreciate that. You can use code DARK to save 20% of Tac Knives, Goonbeam, all over the place. Code DARK. Just when you're checking out, try code DARK wherever you're at. If you need affiliate, or if you want to support the channel, and because I can't share them on YouTube, I have Brownells, PSA, Bear Creek Arsenal, Aero Precision, Mira Safety, all these other companies that if you guys are using, that shit anyway, it would also kick back a little something to the channel because you came there for me. And some of them I actually have discount codes for, like Brownells as well. So, but yeah, hit me up. And in the end, I'll go ahead and close out with this. Rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief little interaction that you have with somebody else can have a massive impact on their life. Okay, so be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed because the hand that's open to give is open to receive. Rule number 3, the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. So make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Thank you to Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gear. Check him out on Black Diamond Guns and Gear, and also 76 Tuesday Podcast, which may be the coolest name in history for any podcast. And leave a comment after this post too. Appreciate you coming on again, man.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, see y'all again soon. Peace.
Yeah.